Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of a one-shot, a little bit of a fun thing with some really good friends of mine. James, why don't you start us off?
Hello, my name is James, and I'm playing Bellin, a knowledge-based cleric.
The fitness grab pacer test. Hi, I'm Dylan. I am playing a Warforged Barbarian.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm playing a Dragonborn Necromancer.
Hi, I'm Macy, and I will be playing a Shifter Sorcerer.
That sounds fun. So before we get going, I would like to make a shout out to the holiday of what today is, and somebody who I consider a very dear hero, Annie Oakley. In case you don't know who she is, she's a sharpshooter from the circus, and she actually used to shoot holes in playing cards and give them to kids as free passes, which is how it started the small hole punch in tickets. Fun little fact for you right there. Today is National Circus Day, and the circus is something that I think people love thinking about, although they might not go to it. The fact of seeing some of the most insane shit ever in person, not on this TikTok shit, is pretty awesome. Another fun fact is it's actually been around for over 2,000 years. The first recorded circus was in, I think it was China, and it was 207 BC in the Qin Dynasty. I did not pull that up. I just happen to remember that. I think my favorite thing was the tiger show, making them jump through fiery rings and then doing all kinds of tricks until there was a slight accident. So I don't know if it's been long enough for us to talk about that, so I guess I'm going to move on and say the sword swallowing. The sword? Yeah. The sword swallowing is, my favorite part of the circus now. James, have you ever been to a circus?
Yes, I have, actually.
Which one?
I live in Texas. They have the big circus down in Houston, too. And we went, saw all the animals, and saw a general good time for a day.
Was that the Barnum and Bailey?
Yes, it was.
That thing is pretty awesome. Has anybody else ever been to a circus? I have not personally been to a circus, ever.
I
just think it's fun.
have.
Ooh, which one did you go to?
Honestly, I don't remember where it was or what it was called. I just remember going to one when I was really young.
Uh-huh. Did your parents happen to be on it and then they fell while they were on a tightrope, and now you're the only surviving child and you have a nightlife that we don't know about?
Calm down there, Dick Grayson.
Well, if she did, she couldn't tell you about it.
That's true. It's okay, Macy. I won't tell anybody.
Or the
Thank you.
thousands of fans.
I will keep this between me, you, and possibly some
A
other
guy
people.
named Robert.
Yeah.
Some guy named Robert who's listening to this right now. I know you, Robert. Welcome. I'm always watching you, Robert.
And don't tell about the weekends.
We're gonna glance past the weekends. Here's a fun fact about circuses, because I've never been, but the first modern circus happened in around 1850.
Ooh.
What we know as a circus nowadays was founded by the greatest showman, Charles Barnum himself.
I actually read that that the circus is kind of dying out because of TikTok and social media and all this stuff where people are going to do death-defying stunts. I want to say out of stupidity, but I feel like that's rude. So I'm going to think of some other way to put it while I'll be honest. Yeah.
Against better judgment is always a good one.
Ooh, yes, that's a way to put it. So instead of professionals, we have these people on social media who are entertaining to watch, but I feel like we're watching it for the wrong reasons because we know it's going to end badly, and we're cheering that shit on.
Mm-hmm.
It's our daily dose of internet.
Yeah, I mean, just it's there's some things in there that you really hate to see. And pretty much everything I've heard and seen on TikTok is things that I put on my list of things you don't want to see. But that
I
sucks.
usually classify that as live leak browsing. So if it's TikTok that causes that for you, then I definitely don't recommend that website.
TikTok. There's only one full-time permanent sideshow left in the world, and it's actually in New York City. Coney Island Circus Show, I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that sucks, but I guess it is what it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. The world's changing, and you
Yeah,
just gotta.
I originally didn't think I'd ever been to a circus, but as a memory kind of comes back to me, I realize I have been to kind of a circus. On my my honeymoon with my wife, we went on a European cruise out in a big cruise liner out there, and they had like a little circus in one of their dinner events that we attended, and it wasn't like huge because obviously it was in a cruise ship, but they had some fun acts there. It was like this dude who was like whipping balloons out of people's hands, and they had like a little balancing act with this like lady who was like bouncing on 4 balls stacked on top of each other and stuff. It was pretty cool.
I actually want to do a hot take real quick. For anybody who lives in Texas, the rodeo is a big thing, right?
So it's a religiously big thing. That's different.
Is the rodeo a circus?
I mean, people, for some reason, I guess, count it as a circus, even though...
It does have clowns.
Close
does
to
I mean,
fair.
it does.
But it has events similar to what you'd see in a circus with shows dealing with live animals.
So I guess it is a type of circus.
It's just Texas circus.
I mean, whenever you put it like
From
that,
Texas,
yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
it's more of a fair, but
Whenever I think of a circus, I think of, like, just clowns doing the weirdest things, driving around on cars, or some other trick, or elephants walking around, or...
Yeah, I thought that was weird because the way I remember it was tigers, and then my girlfriend was like, "No, it's elephants," and I was like,
No, there's tigers.
The one
And
I
lions.
went to, I remember
Lions.
there was
fair,
elephants.
so my.
"When you remember what?"
I remember elephants were there at the one that I went to.
Oh, maybe they stopped doing the tiger thing when that guy got eaten.
Yeah,
That was the
they-
drawback of the one at sea, is there were no animals.
That silenced people for a full 1 second.
My brother hates circuses
That was a
because
moment
he's
of
afraid of
silence.
clowns.
I don't understand the fear of clowns, minus that horror movie that came out. Was it Clowns from Outer Space or something like that? James, do you remember?
Yes,
I originally thought
remember
it,
that one.
but yeah, that one works too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that shit. I didn't
Oh,
even
it
watch
was
the new one. Fuck that.
Twisted.
That old one
My-
fucked up my childhood.
Yeah, he especially hates circuses now because they got rid of the tigers, so it's like his favorite animal's gone, but they left the clowns. So he's
Yeah,
just
what's the point?
Yeah, that's... Man, fucking tigers are so pretty. Put them in there. Get the elephants out.
Probably had something to do with them getting endangered and all that stuff too, you know.
oh,
Oh,
100%.
are they?
Yeah.
White tigers.
By the way, the name of that movie you're talking about is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That movie
shit was funny.
sucked.
It was
hilarious.
twisted, funny, and horrible.
It's older. You got... Is it 90s? Like low 90s?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Hold on. We can agree that movie was awful,
No.
but it's great because of that reason.
It's great cheese. It
Wait,
really
which
is.
one?
Many
Killer
awful
Clowns
movies are amazing just because they're
yeah.
awful.
It's from '88, and it was
Clowns from
called
Outer
Killer
Space.
Clowns from Outer Space.
I've never seen that one, surprisingly.
It is goofy. It is ridiculous. It is all of like it's an 80s movie in its purest core.
It is great.
It really is.
I've seen the
And,
older
like,
It movies, but not
It's
that.
not it. It has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I know.
It has nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna bash myself against a Mandalorian helmet.
Well, that's just luxury.
Right?
Way to show off, jeez.
Flex on
Yeah.
us, why don't you?
I have a real one right here.
Oh, I'm gonna bash my head against my Fallout bobblehead. So,
Oh, that's what I like. I like Fallout. Love it.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull out my 900 Cade 6 memorial pieces.
All right,
Oh,
stop flexing.
rip.
I want one of those guns.
So if y'all could do anything in the circus, what would it be? I'm gonna go with sword swallowing because I personally don't have the balls to really do it.
I would trapeze. If I could have the skills to be a trapeze artist, that would be amazing.
Okay.
Interesting query.
That's what I'm here for.
I feel like they could put me on a chair and just point at me and everyone would laugh regardless. So that's my goal. Just sit on a chair and be laughed at.
I think that's a boardwalk. I think that's like a boardwalk sideshow experience you're looking for there, bud.
What's the bearded lady? That's kind of what you're
Yeah.
going for?
It's kind of what I'm going for. Where they don't actually have me do anything. They just point at me and be like, "Look at this monstrosity," and then everyone's like,
Oh.
like.
That was sad.
I will go with the Annie Oakley sharpshooting tournament.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. She really was a legend.
Yeah. Read about how the stunt she pulled. It was very impressive.
Yeah, if anybody does not know about Annie Oakley, I feel bad for you. You have been deprived. Go read about her. She's an awesome person.
The only thing I can think of is those, like, the people are, like, when they're walking on the ropes, they're just walking across from there without falling.
Something
Trying to
about a
remember.
wire. Spark wire.
High Wire Act.
What did you call it?
High Wire Act.
Wire. Sure.
I
Those
just
were
always
pretty
thought that was
hardcore.
kinda cool.
See that every once in a while online where somebody's like doing a tightrope wire act like across like the Grand Canyon or something.
Yeah,
It's just like
Between buildings
what?
and such.
just like why would you do that just for fun? I mean, like that
No.
doesn't make sense to me, man.
I feel like there's too much to live for. So, no thank you. But props to them, and I hope they find whatever they're looking for before gravity takes its toll. Just gonna put that out there.
Walk has this awesome picture of me sitting at the edge of a cliff that's 700 feet straight down, where we went climbing a mountain, and it's from about 30 feet, which is as close to me as she could possibly freaking get. I love heights.
There's not enough languages to say no fucking thank you in.
I'm the kind of guy whose gut turns over if he falls off a building in an Assassin's Creed game.
Dude, I've done that. Like, I'll be in a video game and I'll be like, oh, it's over this edge. And then I'll start getting a stomach ache and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm such a puss.
Go for that jump and the mapping is wrong, so you go flying off the edge instead, and now I'm almost throwing up because I fell off a 14-story building in a game.
In games, for some reason, I always want to jump off the highest building or whatever I can find, but in real life, I cannot do any heights whatsoever.
Why?
Well, that's the purpose of a game, though, so you can do the shit that you can't really do. So, that's okay.
So I should just stop playing any video games that have sword fighting in them.
So, in conclusion, thank you everybody who works in the circus. You're wonderful people. Fuck TikTok. Go see some freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how else to say it, so that's what it is.
That was perfect.
Here we go. We're about to go to Flavor Town. I'm going to do some reading. We find ourselves on the north side of Faerun, home to the Sea of Swords and the Sword Coast, home to some of the most famous heroes, including Alias, a construct daughter who was given true life by evil beings in order to be the perfect assassin, but turned on them and became a hero of the people. The Rangers 3, a trio of rangers that assisted Elminster in freeing Hydel from Zaintish occupation, and the Companions of the Hall, which consisted of King Brunar Battlehammer, Dritz de Werden, Kadibri, Wulfgar, and Regis. Many heroes have lived throughout these lands for centuries, but today we find ourselves in a place that was once a footstone of importance, a small settlement that was turned into a military encampment for supplies and soldiers a little over 100 years ago. At a time when the evil drow goddess Loth tried to become the goddess of magic and seize control of the weave, a source of raw magic that casters tap into. However, Through the efforts of Mithril Hall and Silvermoon, Loth was pushed back, and the true goddess of the weave, Mistra, appeared in a dramatic fashion. Loth was forced to retreat all efforts, ambitions, and forces back to Menzoberranzan. Some say that as Loth was defeated, that the heroes of the land heard the call of Mistra, saying, "Do not surrender, heroes. You are closer than you think to defeating evil and bringing hope and light back to the world. You do not fight alone." And we find ourselves in Winter Edge, a settlement that has been run down and settled in by the likes of adventurers, military, dwarves, humans, and those looking to make their own way in a dangerous world. Just 10 years ago, this settlement was attacked by the army of orcs that reside to the north in the mountains, known as the Spawn of the World. To the west, about 25 miles, is the famed Mithril Halls. To the northeast, about 20 miles, is the rumored heart of the Drow, the largest Drow city to exist, known as Menzoberranzan. This tiny village still houses a proper inn. The Soldier's Chalice may be the last building that has become protected by the locals, the patrons, and the military. On the north side of this two-story inn, stables are overfilled with horses and the whinings of underpaid stable attendants. On the south side of the inn is an old well and a single chimney towards the back. Facing east is the entrance to this inn. The doorways, two small sets of stairs that face each other, and as visitors make their way to the top of the stairs, they are met by a statue of a stocky dwarf in armor with a broken horn on his helm, shaking hands with a tall woman who holds a step that has a unicorn's head at the top of it. Two new adventurers see the sights of both military veterans, injured adventurers, and tribal people. The inn is loud and busy, but who are these two? Please, describe what we see, James and Kevin, as you enter this inn.
Balin is a 7-foot-tall Vedalken. Great on
Vedalken.
saying. Thank you. His skin is liquid bronze. He has aquamarine eyes, wearing a white and silver robe with a silver battle axe on his side.
Neil Sean is a also 7-foot-tall, black-scaled dragonborn. He wears kind of a darkish brown, very simple leather pants and tunic with a brownish, muddy-looking cloak over his shoulders, and his scales have a slightly iridescent greenish hue to them, and his eyes kind of glow with a little bit of a greenish-yellow radiance.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Okay. So you're responding to a flyer that promised a larger amount of gold than you could possibly imagine, than you've ever seen, but it also balanced it out by at the bottom, promising death. And that is the only two things that were on this flyer. And as you know, there was at the bottom the name of the person who signed it, who I have forgotten. Fucking, what is his name? Pakran49? Shit.
Akra 49.
Thank you. At the bottom of it was signed Pakra49. And that's all you know as you two make your way in here. There's bustling people everywhere. At the very front of it, you can see there is a man tending a bar. He's a husky fellow. He's got a large, fluffy beard all around him. You can see his belly flopping around as he kind of bustles from back and forth. It's a large bar, but there's only 4 stools there. Most of the people are making their comforts at the tables. There's a big ass table in the middle of this inn, where it looks like there's a column with animal heads and hides all around it. And there's 3 tables between you and there, where you descend some stairs to go to the bar itself. One other table on the other side of this column, and then to the immediate right, lining a wall that you think is the other side of the stables, is 5 tables. And then on the left side of it, kind of the wall that on the other side is the well. There are 4 more tables, and this place is pretty packed, but that's because it's pretty much the only place that you've seen on the road. And this is a rundown village, but this place is still standing. It's very warm in here, despite the cold air outside. And it's not like freezing, but it is a bit chilly. But where would you like to go? And Dylan, where would Pakra be? Like, where would he be in this hustle and bustle of a place?
Akra himself would be stationed nearer the front, standing straight up.
Oh, well, there you go. So you're just kind of standing guard?
Just staring straight at the door.
All right, and let's see here. Macy, I'm sorry, one more time, what was your character's name? You're somewhere around here. Siren?
Saran.
Where would she be?
She'd probably be kind of standing near a table closer to the door.
Okay. So Packer's just kind of awkwardly standing to the side while she's trying to seem like she's mingling a little.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right, fair enough. And you guys, as you go in, don't know what you're looking for. So how do you want to go about trying to find Pakra 49?
Neil Sean would probably, he is kind of a no-nonsense character. He'd just like walk in, past everybody at the front, straight up to the barkeep, and with the flyer, and just like slide to the barkeep and just like look at him and be like, "Hello, sir. I'm looking for this Pakram 49. I have a business arrangement that I must talk to him about. Do you know of this individual?"
He looks at it and he kind of looks up at you. Well, I don't really know what that is. Who is that? Packer. Is there a Packer in here? The Packer. Raise your hand, please.
The character will just turn around in a very quick snapping motion, with gears starting to grind as he does, and he just looks straight ahead.
Well, sir, there's that weird-looking thing over there. Don't cause any troubles.
No troubles, by any means. And then he just immediately stomps off towards Pakra.
All right, so as they, hopefully, James, or
Bellin.
and as y'all walk up to these two, Packer 49 and Siren. Saran? Shit.
Yeah.
All right. What do they see? What do y'all look like?
Akra is a large, like, Justice League old cartoon built warforged made of polished steel with brass highlights. He has a almost skull-like motif to his face itself, with two goldenrod yellow glowing eyes peering from underneath the plates. He carries a large great axe holstered on his back, and he has absolutely no clothing.
Love it.
Saran is a kind of shorter being with copper hair tied into kind of a bun on top of her head, almost a little bit to the side in a way. She has silver eyes with 12 black marks in the irises, with porcelain skin, simple blue dress with a weird kind of handle hanging from her hip.
That's cool. All right, so you both approach them.
Hello, folks. I'm looking for the same person. Are one of y'all them?
I am Akra 49.
Ah,
Yes, Pakra 49. I am addressing you during to this poster I found out and about. It promises death. I am interested in this death you have promised.
Death is imminent if you accept this quest.
question. Would it happen to be a rather permanent death, or can spells get you back up? I'm more interested in research funds.
This is unclear, as we have no clue what lies ahead, other than
Strange machinations.
Strange machinations, huh? Interesting. Death and strange machinations. Yes, this is right in line with what I need. I accept.
Very well.
The mechanical man will extend a hand towards the Dragonborn.
I am the personal assistant and combat ready automaton, unit number 49.
And he holds his hand out towards the Dragonborn.
He amply accepts the hand and shakes it, but then, like, as he's removing his hand, there's just, like, this very slight, like, not slime, but residue left behind.
Without skipping a beat, he turns towards the Vedelkin and holds out his hand as well.
Nice to meet you. He shakes your hand.
This is my servant. I serve her currently, after her father's passing. This is Saran. Crap. Wait, no.
Saran. he gestures over at the small human being.
She
Very nice to meet you, man.
just slightly nods.
The Dragonborn looks over at you and he's just all like, yes, pleased. And he just kind of like nods his head very low.
She kind of just like fiddles her thumb looking away, not sure what to necessarily say. She kind of seems very uncomfortable and shy.
She's also very short, right? Said she was short.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like the other two guys who just walked up are 7 feet tall, so that's got to be an image.
Oh, you're dealing with Pakra, who's also like 7 feet tall, so this is just talls and small.
Well, this is
Poor little
terrifying.
You just got like this freaking Justice League character standing next to this tiny child, basically.
No, I felt like the child that's in JoJo, surrounded by the JoJo group.
That's apt. That's apt.
All right.
Well, so, any information about, other than the possibility of death, that we might be embarking on?
There might be grassy bitches.
Grassy bitches.
Pakra, language.
I do not control those phrases when I speak of grassy bitches.
She just kind of sighs a little bit, holding her head in her hand.
Nilshan takes out a like leather-bound textbook from like his belt. He's got like 4 or 5 textbooks hanging off of his belt. He just pulls out one of them and starts digging through it. And he's like, "Grassy bitches, I've never heard of this term before. Where is this? Is this in a monster manual of some form?"
I assume you don't mean druids or dryads?
The prior would be correct when I refer to grassy bitches.
Druid folk. Hippies. Don't know what they're talking about. Mostly just foregone knowledge passed down by people who knew better.
That is correct.
He puts the book back on his belt, kind of defeated that there wasn't some new thing he could learn about. Well, friend, lead the way. Take us to the death. I mean, to the whatever it is that we're going to do.
Of course.
He'll take the death door, I'll take the money door.
There are many doors, including one out of the tavern.
Lead on.
Do you require any helpful items before we embark?
Yeah, I mean, what's on offer? Perhaps.
Has anybody asked how much money?
No.
That's what I was,
Nilshan doesn't care.
that's what I was wondering.
I was just
Pakra's
thinking
not
about
gonna
it.
say it.
He saw the promise of death. That's the only thing that caught his attention. He cares nothing about the money.
It's fair.
I'm guessing that more money than you've ever seen would be a significant amount for my research.
Anybody could ask Packer what that means.
Exactly how much death and how much money would we possibly endear in this endeavor?
Death will be plentiful,
Yes.
probably ours or others. That is yet to be seen. Whereas money, I can give exact quantities for the both of you. 20,000 smackaronis for each of you.
Huh?
Wait, that is not correct. 10,000, 20,000 split between the two.
It's still acceptable.
Yes, that's a fine enough bounty, I suppose.
No care about the actual quantity of cash, just death.
Exactly. You were talking about like the plentiful death, and his eyes were like twinkling.
I was more interested in the monetary reward, personally.
Would you like proof?
That would be nice. In case the one holding the bag of money is, like, permanently dead or something.
The bag of money is held at a bank in Waterdeep, where that giant eye freak hides underground.
Do we receive such, like, amounts before or after? Do we sign?
He will open up his chest and pull out 2 sheets of paper and hold them out to each of you to view.
Cool. A note of
voucher from the Bank of Waterdeep for 10,000 gold each.
And what do we have to accomplish before we receive these notes?
A heart.
I'm
that's
kind of
cool.
partial to my own.
A physical heart or a replication gem?
Physical.
Oh, very good.
Which creature do we have to take it from?
We are taking it from a sect of grassy bitches to restore the vital function of her heart.
I'm ready when y'all are.
Her heart? Who? This young woman here? Ma'am, are you without a heart?
Mechanical one, yes.
Not commenting on that.
You will have to forgive me, but my scientific curiosity is wildly piqued at this transference. What is sustaining your mortal flesh at this moment besides a heart?
She has an artificial creation made by her late father.
Interesting.
Quite fascinating.
Upon your circumstantial unfortunate death, I would be permitted to perhaps investigate your lifeless corpse afterwards.
You hear a grinding of gears as the golden glowing eyes of Pakra turn red as he looks up. He looks right at you.
I've overstepped. My apologies. My thirst for knowledge is unquenchable. My apologies. I rescind my statement. I'll leave the corpse remains to the loved ones of the said individual.
He nods.
Would be, after we get to know each other much better, like to know how that circumstances occurred, if you don't mind my asking, when you get to know us better. But I'm ready when you are.
Yes, let's proceed towards the inevitable death.
Pakra shall lead the charge out of the tavern.
All right. And what does it say?
Which part?
My
note.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
Right. So, when you were doing some researching, or actually when her father was doing researching, and anybody who reads it can see this, Actually, I don't know. Dylan, how do you want to do this? Do you want to read it out and then talk about the notes, or do you want to read it out and then kind of see where everybody gets it from and then go from there? How do you want to do it?
I think he might just pass around the note itself.
Oh, shit. All right.
Just because he has absolutely no attachment to any items in that sense.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, looking at it, the original writing is what's big and bold, and then the notes are what was made by her father, presumably. Who wants to read it? Who wants to read what it says?
Oh, I would definitely love to pour over that.
Go ahead.
All right. Do you want me to read the main text and then like just kind of ignore the scribblings, or?
If you want to go with the main text and then go to the scribblings, that way it'll make a little more sense. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, so Neil Sean is just going to be like reading it out loud while he's walking. Just be like, in the lands against the wall, the eternal heart shall not fall. Though many centuries pass, this too shall outlast. A light before the boom explains the smile of your doom. Lots of scribbles here. North Faerun, Gregory. Who's Gregory? I'll have to know this Gregory chap. It says just below the spine of the world. Eternal, divine, perhaps even divine heart. Oh, interesting. Okay. Netheril? No, not that. Old civilization, perhaps. Ancients? Seems he's already ruled out Hemiskar and the Mazatician Empire. Never heard of that one. Could it make her a deity? Ooh. This is very interesting information. May I ask how long this was studied for before it fell into your possession?
You don't know.
Unclear.
If it does, can I use her as a tax exemption status? He was worried about taxes. Interesting.
Yes. He was always complaining about taxes taking 10% of his income.
Yes.
He made a living off of fake body parts.
A wholesome trade, yes. No one has returned. Not hiring any more people. Find it another way. I will live with my daughter in peace and happiness. Now, we all know, from evidence imperative to our quest now, that didn't happen as well as he would have hoped.
He lived until he didn't anymore.
I was more or less talking about the peace and happiness, but yes, absolutely.
Are you happy?
He looks over at Sirhan for a second. It just stares at her.
Thank you for reading that and for helping us out.
You're welcome, of course. I'm very interested. This is very interesting. He'll just like hand it back after he's done reading it. He doesn't need it anymore.
Would anyone else like to read the paper?
Well, I don't think he missed anything. I was kind of looking over his shoulder, and I'm assuming that you two have already read it multiple times.
Yes.
Packer will then just take the paper and stuff it back in his chest cavity.
So, from what you have heard, or from what you can see, he's narrowed it down to the northern Faerun, and then apparently Gregory says it's below the spine of the world, and using that knowledge, and it's saying in the lands against the wall, you heard tale that the kind of wooded area at the bottom of the mountains is actually called the lands against the wall, but that land actually, let's see if anybody really knows anything. Let's do some rolls. We haven't done that yet. That could be fun. Does anybody want to make either? You know what? Trying to find out about the land. I want you to lean on whatever your character's good at. It might be history. It might be nature. It might be performance. I mean, you know what? Roll whatever you think your character would roll in order to find out about this land.
I roll at disadvantage.
if you roll athletics, I will admit you won't get much.
Should I roll at disadvantage though? Because Packer is kind of stupid.
I don't know. Robots are supposed to be really factual.
It's Pakra. So
bet
can I roll
on-
at disadvantage?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a history too.
Yeah, I'll
just
roll a
because it's
history
fun.
as well.
8 or
What did everybody get?
Packer got an 8.
An
Neil
8?
Sean got an 11.
Ooh. Did anybody
Yeah.
else?
Bellin got a 22 on nature and a 13 in history.
So which one do you want to use? Although I feel
I'll
like
go with nature.
Sauron, what did you get?
10.
A 22 will tell you that people don't go to these woods for a reason. So this wooded area used to be occupied by it was mostly tribal people, and so druids and shamans were a big thing up here. However, after the War of the Silver Marches about 10 years ago, druids were actually driven out of here, along with a lot of tribal people. I mean, they're still relevant and they're still around, but nowadays it's mostly many arrow orcs. They are a big problem in this area, and I hate to call them that because they're not exactly roaches. However, they're big, they're menacing, they eat people or kill them or enslave them, or well, they're not delightful. So that is the biggest worry here. Other than that, not really much to know. But you will not find any druids anymore.
I express my knowledge to my compatriots.
Alrighty. And from there, you guys head north to the lands against the wall. And it'll take a couple of days getting there, but most all of you are knowledgeable in how to travel. So, I mean, you'll be traveling for about 2 days, but you have food, you have equipment. It's no problem. But you do come at on the end of the first day, you would come to actually split in the river, and just out of curiosity, you want to go northeast or northwest? Which side are you feeling?
Northeast or northwest?
Mm-hmm.
Packer's
know-
going to take a
Sorry, go
step
ahead.
back and let them all discuss for a second. And I'm a DM. What I'm going to do, Todd? Just because he's behind the group doing something completely different. You guys can go ahead now.
Is it about to become an OnlyFans? Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna do what I gotta do, Todd.
Oh, all right, fair enough. All right, so what are you guys doing as you come to this split in this river? It's a decently large river, but it's shallow enough to where you could pass over it, no problem.
Is there any foreknowledge we have of like what awaits on either side? Do we have any indication of which directions, like what's in those different directions?
With the history knowledge you rolled, I can give you basic information. So, to the northeast and the direct north is more of the Kingdom of Many Arrows, as it's called, which is the orcs and everything.
Mhm.
And then the woods to the east is where the drow are known to live. On the west side of it is where Mithril Hall is, and the more of the mountain area where the dwarves work and mine. So that's about all you would know.
Neil Sean doesn't really have too much of a preference on either one of those. All of those situations sound fairly neutral to him. Oh, by the way, by this point in traveling, you guys would have known he would have told you just to call him Neil. But yeah. Anyways, Neil doesn't really have opinions. So if any of you guys have any stronger opinions towards that, he'll just go along with whatever you guys decide.
Bellin considers himself hired muscle, so he's waiting for y'all to direct where we're supposed to go.
Does
After
anybody
go ahead.
I was gonna say, does anybody have any spells or skills that they could use besides like a knowledge check?
I have the capacity to cast legend lore if it's a old enough thing. It doesn't really work on anything that is not legendary.
Before anyone says anything, Pakra stands up. You hear a clank as he closes his chest cavity, and he walks forward, and he points northeast.
We shall go this way.
Quite right.
Do we particularly know the creature that we're trying to catch that has the heart? I could use
No.
like a location if we need to.
Yes, perhaps any details on what exactly you do know about what we're walking into as well might be helpful. If you know perhaps the miscreants that have the organ in their possession.
To be honest with you, I didn't even know about this until he had passed. He was holding it in his hand whenever I found him. So I don't know very much, unfortunately.
That got really sad really fast.
Tragic backstory. Trademark.
And yes, that was in character and out loud. So he just randomly spurt that out as they're walking northeast.
Neil will just walk up
Okay.
to him at various points during their travels and just get a little too close, looking at him, and he's like, "You Warforged types are so interesting. No meat, just metal."
I have meat, if you would like some.
Unless it can come to life and fight for me is not really useful, but I appreciate the sentiment, friend.
A slight noise as he opens his chest cavity and hands you a piece of jerky.
He takes it and immediately just eats it whole. Doesn't even hesitate.
And
Just this
joy.
weird bestial side of him just kind of pops out for a minute.
Since you don't really know, would you like me to cast legend lore on your scroll there that your father had? If it's old enough, it might apply.
Possibly that might help.
Because it seems like we're kind of lacking a direction.
I mean, we're walking northeast currently.
But you don't know what you're after.
Nope.
Yes, perhaps it's a good idea to let the man examine the paper.
Akro
Taking
will
upon-
once again open his chest and hand it over.
Cool. Taking the paper itself as the point of activation, and my holy symbol in the other hand, I cast domain spell legend lore by
And
channel divinity.
what exactly does that do?
A name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you have named. The lore might be consistent with current tales, forgotten stories, secret lore. Has never been known widely. If the thing you name isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already know about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you learn is accurate, but might be crunched in figurative language. For example, you may have a mysterious axe on hand. Spell might yield this information. Woe to the evil devil whose hand touches the axe, for even half slices the hand of the evil ones. Only a true child. You get the general idea.
Okay. I just don't know what all to tell you. There's a lot. I think I can give you its direction.
The more
Or-
legendary the thing is, the more information we'll get.
Okay. So, it's actually, it's a gem. It's not of this world. It came from a different dimension, and it is a gem that keeps things alive. Like a nuclear battery. Like a nuclear powered engine. It has no expiration date. However, it has a body already. So part of the problem is how to get it out of that body.
I
think
can
we
think
could
of a couple
figure out
ways.
something.
Uh-oh.
Immediately.
Yeah, not a problem. Never mind. I take that back. So you know that it's do I give you locations? Okay, yeah. So it is kind of sitting and staying at the northeast of you, northeast, at the bottom of the mountains. There is a cleared out area where people don't go because they are afraid of it.
I will be happy to tell everyone what I gotten from it about a gemstone from another world that happens to be sitting in somebody's chest over that direction. And here's all I know.
So was the gemstone in question, is that the heart that we're after? Or is that a different thing that we're talking about?
That seems like it from the lore.
My suspicions were correct. It is a gem.
If it lies within something alive, it will not be alive for much longer.
Neil
At
just
least
looks
now
at him
we
for a
know where to
second.
go.
Neil looks at Packer for a second. It's just like, I like you. We're getting along really well, you and I. You make things dead, and I can use that.
Packer just nods solemnly as if he actually understands, but he has no idea what's going on anymore. I understand. I get you. Packer doesn't. I'm sorry.
So as you guys move through these woods, through this area next to the river and also through the woods, how do you want to, so you know orcs are a big thing, you know there's tribal people, how do you want to travel? Do you want to be quiet at all, kind of travel discreetly, or are you just like, we own this shit, we're the heroes?
I think that Neil is used to moving rather stealthily, but he's also used to like moving alone, so he's not really sure in a group dynamic what is the appropriate situation. He is naturally going to try and move stealthily, even though he's a big lumbering dragonborn.
Unless told otherwise, Packer is walking like he owns this forest. Just
That's
not a care in the world. He just clunk, clunk, clunk through the woods as if nothing could attack him.
I would say kind of go through it quietly.
Are you going to tell Packer this, or are you going to let him just keep walking?
Well, of course I'm gonna tell you to walk more quietly.
Packer
So,
have a stealth mode, and we just like hit a button on his back or something.
Packer,
No, but he has an
go stealth
extra
mode.
not stealth mode. He has an extra not stealth mode.
Extra not stealth mode.
Yeah. His two modes are not stealth mode and extra not stealth mode.
Oh dear.
If we're going to try to get the least amount of problems out of this, I can cast silence and just release it if we get jumped on our proximity. Mostly
Perhaps
the large
might be a
mound
good
of walking
idea.
metal.
If we are trying to avoid altercations,
Orcish complications.
orcish complications, as it were, it appears and he just like knocks on Packer's shoulder with a clunk, just like, our metal friend here has got boots that can be heard a mile away.
It's fair.
I do not wear boots. Those are my feet.
He just-
figure of speech, old boy.
Well, I suppose we just better hope we don't come across anything.
If he's being told to slow down and try to walk more stealthily, he will try to quiet down.
Just
Packer,
reduces the negatives.
try to be as quiet as you can.
He will take a shirt from his thing, tear it in half, and wrap it around his feet.
Hey, you know what? That'll work.
That'll work.
That'll work. That'll do.
So, as much as I like the silence idea, and I was going to give you a bonus, it's a second level spell, and it only lasts 10 minutes.
Or
So I don't want-
concentration.
Yeah, no, it's up to 10 minutes. So I don't want to do that to you. If you came across somebody and you need to be quiet for a short amount of time, then yeah. But for like an ongoing kind of silent
true enough.
treatment. Yeah, so good idea, but save it for now. Because I was thinking about giving you a bonus, and then I saw it was only 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna suck if he sits there and does it all day, and then y'all finally get to like a fight, and he's like, I have no more spells. I got y'all quiet here. So why don't y'all just as you're moving through this area, not exactly being stealthfully, but not exactly being bluntly loud, why don't you all make stealth checks for me? Just see how you're doing, how you're traveling here. And since you wrapped up your feet, give yourself like a +2 bonus.
Oh. That's going to be way higher than it should be. Yay! I still rolled low.
Oh, I didn't. Oh man. Yeah, we're not. Me and the Warforged are not hitting hard here. We're way loud.
I already have a +2 to myself because my dex.
+3 to dex.
So how did everybody do? What did y'all get?
I got 12.
That's not
I
bad.
got a 6.
That's terrible.
I got a natural 1, DM.
Oh,
I feel like flavor wise, it's because Neil got really concerned with how loud Packer was being, and he was like trying to explain loudly how to step quietly while he was walking.
I like to imagine he's literally just ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk. Stop doing that! That's too loud!
Yes. Try lifting your feet up, man. What's wrong with you? Don't take a full step. Just soft on your toes. You've got toes, I think. Come on. Just loudly exclaiming how you should be walking quieter.
I do not have toes.
Tip of the foot thing, then. Come on.
It prevents people from smelling my feet picks.
You kind of hear from a distance. The problem is you're stepping on your heel, and that's when you're loudest. And you look in front of you, and you actually see some orcs standing there. You see 2 of them with bows, 4 of them pulling large, like, maces / mauls that are just handles of wood with large pieces of rock tied to the end of them. And then a very large orc who's kind of like smiling and looking at you. And he's like, but I appreciate you coming. We could always use more human slaves. And he's kind of looking at y'all and he's squinting. He's like,
No humans.
I don't know what you are, but I think we should roll initiative.
I'm just gonna say that as soon as we see these orcs, Neil just takes a step behind Pakra.
I am the only one to break the 4th wall. You.
Apologies.
Yes, you should be sorry.
Initiative. What did you guys get?
I got a 21.
A 21. That's pretty fucking good.
I got 16.
16.
7 for Neil.
Nice.
13 for Bellin.
13. You did pretty good. Not bad.
A lot better than that last game.
Packer, what's your dex bonus?
2.
Okay, so yeah, you do go first. Make sure we're good. Saren, what is your dex bonus?
3.
Okay, so you... Damn it. Alright. So y'all are in a not too dense, but lightly forested area with pine trees and a little bit hilly because it's the base of the mountains. There's a decent little clearing here with a path that these orcs seem to maybe be patrolling, maybe just using, hard to say, but they do look kind of organized and ready. And they are roughly about 60 feet from the party itself. So, you heard this orc yell at the party, Pekra. You see in front of you all of them lined up. What would you like to do?
Well, obviously, he's going to look at the one who was talking to him and breaking the 4th wall, which is not his job. And he's going to stare as mechanical whirring starts to erupt and machine sounds start to erupt from his back as a massive mechanical blade starts to come from his behind, because that's where they come from. And he goes into a beast rage as a massive tail with a blade at the end grows from his back.
Oh shit. Okay.
And as he rages, he gets to move half his movement, which is 20.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets to move his actual movement speed, which is 40, which, if I'm correct, would put me... Yep, I can move right in front of this guy.
So you
Total.
go right up to the one who was yelling out at you.
And he's going to, first, with his his great axe, he's going to make his first attack with the great axe.
Mhm.
So, all right.
And as you're now standing right in front of him, you can see he is kind of a hefty and tall fella, and he has armor on. You can see it looks like scale mail, and he actually has a great axe himself with 2 hand axes on his side.
That is a 14 to hit.
Unfortunately, 14 will not hit.
All right. Second attack, he's going to attack with his tail.
Uh-oh.
How about a 23?
A 23 will definitely hit. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to use one use of my, what is it called? Infectious Fury. So so how this works is, as he stabs him with the tail, a venomous liquid gets injected into the war chief, I'm guessing, or the group leader. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw, which is of DC 16, or he must take 2d12 additional psychic damage.
Holy shit. Oh, do you want me to do that now or after your other damage?
So this is the tail damage, 14 points of piercing damage from the tail.
Oh. Yes.
And you can go ahead and roll your wisdom saving throw for him.
He's not great as wisdom saving throws. As an orc, you can imagine, not too wise, but here we go. Oh, not bad, 15.
That does not succeed, though.
That sucks. Alright, this is about to really hurt.
He takes an additional 9 points of psychic damage.
Oof. Okay.
For a total of 23 damage in one attack.
Yeah. That fucking hurt. He starts bleeding from the ears and from where the little tail stung him. And he just looks at you and he's like, Lord, no one makes me bleed my own blood. And he's gonna swing at you.
I'll make you bleed my blood.
What the?
The most intimidating thing I've ever heard.
Alright, that is an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Alright, 23 to hit.
That hits.
Can he do anything cool?
I could do something cool.
Nah, it's just a whole bunch of aggression and other stuff. I want to use that, but not yet. Alright. 6 points of great axe slashing damage. Feel the thunder, my friend.
You mean 3, because it's cut in half.
3 points of great axe slashing damage.
I like to imagine it just clips onto his shoulder and Packer's just standing there with the tail still inside him.
Yes. He yells out as he hits you, "Fuck you!"
You suck with that axe.
Oh, that's just mean. That's hurtful. Saran, it's your turn. You are at the very back. You're very far away. Your friend, your mate, Pakra, he's all the way up there. He's 55 feet away. All of these orcs are up there. He's by his lonesome. What are you going to do? Sacrifice him and Fireball? Up level it to like level 8? I believe in you.
Up level it to 20th level Fireball, deal 900 d6 fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Light the whole forest on fire.
Sacrifices must be made.
Oh, I'll survive. I am a barbarian. I'll survive with 1 hit point.
That's true.
Because barbarians are fucking broken.
Oh,
And we all have to accept it.
I mean, I would use, like, what was it? Enhance ability, but you're all the way up there.
You can do whatever you want. Packer's doing
It's a
just
range
fine.
thing.
What's the other, what's your guys' classes?
Wait. How do you in character ask that? Because that could be funny. Just look over at Bellin and go, "Hey, what's your class?"
I believe I'm upper class.
Depends
Well-
on the city I'm in, really. I mean,
She's like, hey, what class do you think you are? Probably lower class. I'm rather poor.
opens gold pouch.
All right. So, Saran, how do you want to go about finding out what class they are? This could have been a conversation that took place on the way here. Like, it doesn't have to be right now. Like, you could have asked them on the way here, be like, "So, what have you guys done in the past?" or some weird shit like that.
You're specialized in.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Well, shoot. So I guess I
Yeah.
probably would have asked on the walk. So what is your guys' classes? Yeah.
Neil would have gone at an overwhelmingly lengthy and wordy explanation that all amounted to basically, I'm a necromancer.
Ooh.
Service class.
Packer
Lots of
response.
stuff that has to do with raising people and other things from the dead.
Similar, but not even close. I happen to be a cleric of knowledge and learning. I do an immense amount of research, and I'm hoping that this will pay for much of that research.
So a necromancer and a cleric. Got it.
We both raise things, but
Yeah.
for different reasons.
Correct. Mine are usually a little bit more fleshy and filled in than his.
Mine just have to be there. That's the only prerequisite.
A necromancer's just a really late healer.
So,
Yeah.
with this knowledge, Sharon, what do you want to do in this moment of battle?
Combat. You can
You
cast
don't need
fireball.
any help, right?
No, I'm good. I'm vibing with this orc chief who barely clipped me with a great axe. I'm doing
Okay,
fantastic.
screw this.
up
Until
here.
you actually need help, just come to the back.
Yeah, we'll be playing
Uh.
cards over here.
Oh yeah, I can do this. I probably have like double the health pool of all of you combined, so
You're basically an actual tank.
I'm a walking literal tank.
Wait, at this rate, like at this range, will I be able to cast Fireball?
Yeah.
Yes. You
Yeah,
have
that's good range.
It's like
you're a
140
spell
feet.
sniper.
Oh.
Oh, you're a spell sniper. You definitely got
Yeah.
range. You got range for days.
I will cast Fireball on number 3 over here.
You realize fireball's an area of effect, right?
Just aim behind it.
Yeah, I'll aim, like, I guess behind them.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. All right. Oh, go back.
It's a 20-foot sphere. I
That's
think
20
she
foot
can hit-
radius.
Yeah, 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah.
So it's 40 feet across.
Yeah.
Fireball is huge.
So you'll get 1, 2, 7, 3, and 4. You'll get the guy in the armor in the middle, and then the 4 guys, 2 on either side of him that have like these makeshift maces / mauls.
Yeah, sadly, if Packro wasn't there, you could hit all but one.
Beautiful.
All right. So let's do the big guy first. He's not too dexterous. He's just really strong. That's a 7.
Roll your total damage.
And then
You're casting.
the 2 guys on either side of him. Let's see. Fuck. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4. That's a 15.
Yeah.
That's a 3. And that's a 12. So what is your DC?
My DC is 15.
Oh. So number 2 is the only one who's saved. Everybody else failed. So how much damage is everybody going to take? Who are you killing? Everybody?
Knowing fireball, all of them. Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
That's a lower roll too. You got a lot of 2s in there.
How'd she do?
29.
29! Holy fuck. So they are already below half health. You just exploded on these orcs, and you just hear this as they're all hit very hard, burning and cindering. And Pakra, you just see this large orc in the middle. He looks like he's trying to stare you down, but it's a little bit like somebody staring you down while they're getting a rectal exam. Like, it's
What?
just what? That's.
White description there, man.
I thought we were
Oh yeah, that's great.
That's a normal conversation.
That's a fantastic
Yeah.
description of what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, he's staring at you and he's glaring, but then you see his kind of eyebrows raise a little bit and eyes go wide as he's like, oh, oh, oh. And he's like trying to subtly pat his back.
My favorite, roasted bitch.
Oof, that escalated. All right.
Packer gives a thumbs up to Saran.
She
All
just
right.
gives a thumbs up back.
The thumbs fuck.
Neil just pats you on the back, just like excellently executed fireball, man.
Thank you.
Do you want to move
That's a little
any?
curtsy.
Do you want to move?
Probably up by like 3 squares.
Yeah, you could just get kind
15
of
feet?
a little bit outside of their normal range and then within your normal range so that if you need to help him, you could.
I am not very tanky, so I will try to play it safely while dealing damage.
It's fine. They're dumb orcs. So number 4, Packer to your left, the big guy to his right. He's going to run up beside Packer because Packer's all by his lonesome. So he's like, "Oh, this could be easy." So he runs up. I will say, I don't think these guys' CR matches their damage, and if they hit, I think you'll agree because I saw it earlier and I was like, "That's not right." But let's
Packer's
find
on
out.
Terminator mode.
So this guy swings this large piece of rock tied to a stick at you with a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, I'm just gonna do 2 hits. And a 24. That's weird. All right,
Oh, hey, you're rolling high.
yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna. This actually has a bonus thing on it that it does, but for his CR, I don't think that's right, so I'm not gonna do it.
What is it?
And the target gains disadvantage on its next attack roll until the end of its next turn, which I don't.
That's a weird
Yeah,
bonus.
there's no save
Yeah.
or nothing. So I was like, I'm just gonna take that out.
Just for a club strike, that is a little strange.
Yeah.
That's a little broken for just a club hit,
All right.
basically.
Oh, wait. Shit, I forgot about this. A melee weapon deals 1 extra damage. Oh, whoops. Oh.
Oh.
And an aggressive thing, of course. All right, so he aggressively attacks you. Brr. All right. So, like, check out this fucking damage. For first hit, 18, and that's a low roll.
Oh God.
Okay.
18 points of bludgeoning damage, but you are a barbarian, you are raging, so
I take 9.
All right, now, 18 again. 18
Okay.
bludgeoning
I take
damage.
9.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So that guy hits you twice for 18 points of damage on each, but as a awesome Pakra, you only take 9. Look at that fucking shit. All right. So then after that, I find out who's next. Okay. So now you just hurt Sauron. 5 people, 5 friends. Friends of who? Friends of this lady. You see a woman kind of step around the tree, and you might not really have paid attention to her at first, but now you see her, and you see she's holding a bow, and she yells out in anger. You could say an aggressive anger that gives her a bonus to her hit. As she uses her bonus action to carefully aim at you, and then she's gonna shoot you with her little bow. She's gonna take a shot. How many shots does she get? Okay, she gets 1 and then another. So first 2 hit Miss Saron, a 19.
Shoot, that hits. I was really hoping to make the joke that they shot and they missed, and then they shot again and they missed again.
Wait, let's do the second one. And then as this arrow hits you, another one comes flying, with the natural 1. So yeah, that one just way past you. All right, but that
Fired at least.
that first hit's gonna hurt though.
I guess.
Oh, that's weird. It actually tells me how many more times I can use that. Okay, so the first one is actually a good roll. So it's 8 piercing damage, and then 10 extra for the steady aim feat. It doesn't say what type of damage the steady aim is, so I'm just going to assume it's piercing, like the arrow. So that's 18 points of piercing damage.
Eef. Damn. That's not very fun.
Yeah, she just yells out in anger, and then for anime's sake, bounces up and down. All right, so after that, the guy between, or the orc between the big guy and the one who just walked up to Pakra and hit him is also going to swing, or as I like to call him, number 3. Pakra does a 24 hit.
A 24 does hit, yeah.
What about a 16?
A 16 does not.
All right, so the
But
first.
I'm going to use a reaction.
Ooh.
I'm going to roll a d8 and add that to... This is a Beast Barbarian thing with my tail. And I can add that to my... Alright, my AC right now for the rest of my turn is 28.
Holy shit. That's fucking amazing.
So that attack misses now.
All right, so that's until, what, you're the start of your next turn? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So that is against everybody. That's cool
Yeah, I
shit.
now have a 28 armor class.
All right.
Holy shit. I didn't expect to roll max.
So his 24 does not hit. That's fucking great.
That's to reflect damage, it wouldn't have worked.
All right. So after that, Bellin, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I move up about half the distance, casting Shield of Faith on the fucking frontliner.
Okay, Shield of Faith. Remind me, what does it do?
Plus 2 AC.
Holy shit.
So you got 30 AC.
See it 30.
My
He's been
God,
getting
that-
hit quite a bit, so
now that's a tank.
Jesus, that's a lot. Shield of Faith. That's pretty fucking amazing. It's plus 2 or plus 3?
plus 2.
Okay. So is it 29 or 30? I feel like not.
It's 30.
Jesus Christ, there's no point in me writing that down. Nobody can hit that. Unless they natural 20, you're not getting hit.
Then I'll go with Toll of the Dead.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, boy.
That
That's a
wasn't.
good spell, though.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't.
really is.
Toll the Dead.
I mean, you don't actually have to do that. You can do something else. Like
do
No,
whatever
that's
you
fine.
you can cast light. That's fine. Dancing lights. Yeah.
I do have light, but I do not have dancing lights, so I'll just go with the Toll of the Dead.
All right. Who are you casting it on?
Good argument, though, Todd.
Who do you want to hit with your?
The one in the center.
For whom the bells toll is going after the big guy, and that's
8
a
points of damage.
strength saving throw, right?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, I believe.
Wisdom. Oh, well, it's a good thing he's super good at this. That's a
Yeah,
6 total. So he takes how much damage?
8.
8. That's a damn shame. Alrighty.
Out of curiosity, what's your Toll the Dead look like?
Blue flame. Green flame?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
knowledge of green flame would work.
I'm just assuming we hear this.
Well, I'm not a scribe, so
It's the Sports Center.
necromantic damage. A lot of people have different color combinations for that in their world, so
That's why I was asking, because I was also planning to do Toll the Dead, so I was wondering how different our appearances would look.
You just both look at each other and told the dead constantly, like trying to one up each other.
Sounds like a chapel in the middle of a field.
Yeah, right.
All right, so after Bellin, number 1, as he is aptly named, the guy on the very end is also going to run up to Packer because they don't know how Shield of Faith works. So he runs up, he gets his big old rock on a stick, and he swings twice at Packer for a 24 and an 18. He hits this weird armor and then a little bit of this magic shield shielding him, and he's just like, "That's cheating."
Cheating doesn't matter if you are a bitch.
And then it's number two's turn, who's going to do the same thing. So he swings this rock at you for a 22 and a 17. What's irritating is I'm rolling decently well. It's just
You're
for
rolling
nothing.
actually well, and
Yeah.
it's just means nothing right now.
So he hits these shields, both magical and
The giant tail.
yeah. And they're just
Whack
kind of like getting angry because orcs run off of aggression. And so you're just sitting there hearing all this grumbling around you and this yelling and this grunting. But after that, it's Neil's turn.
Would it be possible? I see there's a tree to Neil's right. Would it be possible for him to get behind that tree and still be within 60-foot range of the leader orc?
He would be
doesn't
about
look like
70 feet, yeah.
Okay. In that case, he's just going to take about one step forward, just to get within that 60.
I'd behind Sarah.
Yeah, she's tanky.
She's also like waist high.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? Totally. Neil just no, because then it'll be out of range. Dang it. So Neil takes a couple steps forward, just very carefully and very meticulously, because he's like abiding by his known range of his spell. So he like counts out the steps in front of him really quick as he's walking forward. And then he pulls out his spell book and begins casting a Toll of the Dead spell aimed at the leader there.
I feel like y'all are picking on him a little bit, and that's just not nice. Y'all need to calm that shit down. All right. God, are you fucking kidding me? That is a 6 total.
Yeah, no, he definitely does not pass that.
Yeah,
and then,
like twice in a row.
that's 15 damage.
Whoa. All right. So after you, like, what does yours look like? What does your Toll the Dead look like?
So Neil pulls out his grimoire, which is the actual spell arcane grimoire that he uses is kind of coated in this mystical greenish yellow fog. And he kind of pulls that out, and as he opens it, you kind of hear Saren would be the only one who'd actually hear it, but you hear like this kind of whispery effect. And then he kind of like literally pulls the spell off with like his claws very specifically, and then he kind of like enchants a couple of kind of abyssal words, and he literally just kind of flicks the spell out with his fingers. And as he does that, you hear the boom, and then like this little green flit of gas like energy zips over to that main guy and just like hits him.
He has a lot of blood coming out of his nose and ears right now just from getting told the fuck out. He's not doing too great. And since he's the biggest one, that's not good. Well, for them, y'all are good.
Ron's just thinking of how nightmare fuel that is.
Yeah, nobody wants to see Toll the Dead around them while they're sleeping.
And then for the rest of his action, Neil is going to, after that, run behind the tree and hide behind the tree.
Yes, fair enough. You did have a front row seat to that arrow that hit Saron.
Yeah, he was not happy about that. He basically does his spell, looks at Saron, and is just like, okay, bye. Runs behind a tree.
Shit, I don't know.
Cover him does not matter.
After that, the other orc with the bow in front of you guys and to your right, pretty far away, she's kind of looking a little bit back and forth between Bellin and Saron, but Bellin hasn't really done anything. Not like Saron did. So I think she's gonna shoot at you. I mean, you hit 5 people with a giant fireball. That's pretty rage-inducing.
I mean, I'm surrounded by 5 and not taking damage anymore.
She actually could barely even hit you because of all the cover you're going to get from her allies.
That's true.
So she's going to... You know what? Let's leave this to fate. I don't want this to be free. I'm going to roll a die, and if it comes up, whatever you choose, that guy's or she's going to attack you. So, Saron, do you want even or odd?
Odd.
That's a 3. All right. So, she is going to shoot at you. Does a 12 hit? Ooh.
Oh shoot, hold on, where is it?
Do you have an AC of 13?
No. Yeah, my AC is 13.
If a 12 hits, we need to talk about your character. Okay, so she shoots, and this arrow flies by you. And then you see her grit her teeth as she shoots again, taking a little bit of time, her tongue hanging out her mouth as she's kind of really focusing in. And then she fires this arrow for an 11 to hit.
Nope.
I feel like every time I give flavor to something, it doesn't work. All right.
Some random, like, passerby is like, boo! You suck!
Oh, here.
Gets shot with an arrow.
Those archers kind of suck at their job. You should replace them.
That works too.
A big orc kind of growls at you. He's like, "Don't you talk about her like that. Have you seen that ass?"
No, I have not seen any donkeys nearby.
Oh.
So after that, Packer 49, we are back at the top of the second round. It's your turn.
Boy. All right. Well, I'm going to start with an attack from my great axe. You know, a good
Here comes
old.
the thunder.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
All right. So that's going to be a beautiful. Oh, I didn't even add my freaking rage modifier. It would have been a 22 to hit.
Holy fuck. There's no need for that. This guy is not doing great. Can you take him out?
That's going to be 20 damage.
Yes,
slashing.
you can. All right. He is very, very hurt. Another hit like that could take him out.
And then with my tail, I'm going to. So that's the big guy I'm targeting. I'm going to target number 2 real quick.
All right. Tail
With
up
my
number
tail.
2. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, give it to him.
How does a 32 natural 20?
Yo, let's go!
First natural
Oh,
20 of the day.
unfortunately, a natural 20 won't hit.
So that
Oh, he's actually got that natural 20 proof armor.
Plot.
so that's going to cause my brutal critical to go off.
Gee.
25 points of piercing damage. Is he alive?
Okay, so he is still alive because he's the only one who
Right.
saved from that fireball.
I'm using another use of my infectious fury. Make a wisdom saving throw. DC 16.
Uh-oh. Okay. So
These guys are gonna go home and start learning how to be wiser.
let's talk about this for a second. Now, look at him. He has a good little
Yes.
beard. It's cute. It's braided. He's a nice little guy. The bone through his nose is very accessory worthy. You should ask him how to do that. So how about you don't do the wisdom thing?
He's going to make a wisdom saving throw now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a 12.
All right. I'm going to choose the other effect of my infectious fury. As the venom injects into him, his mouth begins to froth as he must make a reaction attack against the big guy.
It has to?
He must.
No. This
Yeah.
sucks. Like right now?
Yes.
All right. Uh-oh.
He must make a reaction
come on.
melee attack against a creature of my choice that I can see.
And he hit. That sucks. Okay, so he got a 16 to hit, and the guy's AC is actually 15.
Okay.
So now he's gonna take 46 plus 5. Oh man, he does 17 points of damage to the leader of this patrol. Damn, dude. That guy has 8 hit points left. Oh, whoops. Oh, fuck it. Okay. So the leader of this patrol gets hit real hard in the back of this fucking head by this stone maul.
I have a small amount of flavor.
Oh, go ahead.
As he strikes the leader with the battle axe, his tail flicks into number 2. The froth begins to come out of number 2's mouth as Pakra's red eye glow glints from the orc's eyes as he turns his weapon against his own leader.
That is a little bit savage, but mostly just fucking rude. Uncalled for. That's PvP.
I fucking love this subclass. It is so broken.
All right. So next is the big guy. He's not long for this fucking world. So your AC is back down to whatever it is plus Shield of Faith, right?
22 right now.
Okay. Damn. Oh man, he's really hurt, but the problem is he can't really go anywhere. I guess whatever.
I mean, he could leave. He could disengage and walk away.
Yeah, but instead he's gonna look at you in the eyes. He's gonna glare. He's gonna grit his teeth. His orc fangs kind of grinding against each other. You will not live. And he's gonna take 2 swings with his great axe. That's a 10.
That misses.
And then a 24. Oh, this is the guy who does shit damage. Never mind. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for the slashing damage? Here we go. Oh, hey, 12. It's actually near max. Ah, balls.
As the axe hits Packer again, he's going to look at the leader, and he's just going to stare him in the eyes.
Look at me. Bitch.
He drops, being out of energy, out of breath, and just despair in his eyes. He's like, oh, fuck.
He leans out from behind the tree and just screams, "You should give up!"
Packer's just fucking with these guys at this point.
Saran, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Okay. So at 6, she would like to take out her dagger and cast catapult as a hazard. Like from her wrist or her hand, kind of glows up like a faint blue.
All right.
So basically, it looks like she takes out her dagger, aims it by like closing one of her eyes, aiming at the female ogre in the back.
Orc.
Oh, yeah, orc. And
That's racist.
her hand just glows blue, and she just ends up throwing it at them.
All right. So what does she need to do? It's a saving throw, or do you have to hit?
Dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, she's pretty dexterous. She's an archer. All right, she's not proficient in any saving throw though. Wow.
Good.
Oh, natural 20. That is a 23.
Oof. She got good.
Yep. Nope.
So is it half damage or?
On a fail save, the object strikes the target and stops moving.
Oh.
It doesn't say that it would take half if she succeeds. It just straight up misses.
All right, that sucks. Yeah, so you fling this out, and she has enough time to kind of see it and just kind of duck up out of the way. And she holds up a middle finger from behind the tree.
Well, fuck you too.
All right, so after that, it's number 4. Number 4.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
I'd be able to do a
You could quicken spell a firebolt.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
13?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a 13 will not hit.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, so this catapult flies towards her. She ducks up out of the way. This firebolt almost hits her, but clips the tree instead. She just kind of looks behind her, both where the firebolt and the catapult went. She just looks at you like, what the hell?
I just shrug.
Now, number 4 is going to go for Packer. Let's do
it,
let's do a couple of rocky swings. Ooh, 25?
Reaction. I'm going to roll a d8 to see what I get.
Oh, man. How many times can you do that?
Until my rage is up.
Oh, I
That's
know
just a
better than you.
All right, let's see what I get. Ah, dang, I only have 23 AC. So yeah, that
Oh.
hits.
All right. So, second hit, 21. Damn. All right.
One hit.
So the first hit is going to hit you for 18 points of damage. It's getting weird.
Knife. Cut
Yeah.
in half to 9.
All
Just
right.
pretty nice.
So he looks angry at you as he barely fucking hurts you. However, after that, number 6, the one you tried to catapult, well, she's going to try to catapult back, but fucking arrow. So she kind of closes an eye as she looks at you far away, getting that perfect aim for a 10 to hit.
Nope.
She cries inside as she releases another arrow. Ooh, 16 to hit.
I shall cast Shield.
Mm-hmm.
The visible barrier force appears and protects you until the start of your turn. You have +C bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
All right. They don't really cast magic missile a lot, but what is your AC now?
It's +5 to whatever you have.
18.
Well, shit. So with that, this arrow just bounces off your magical barrier, and just between you and Packer, these fucking arrows and swords are just bouncing all over the place. These people are getting pissed. Well,
Good.
people loosely defined. Number 3, the guy to Packra's left, kind of in front of him, between the big guy and the first one who swung at Packra, he's going to take a couple of swings. And this rock comes into Packer 4. Really? An 18 to hit. And then another 18 to hit.
Packer just looks at him.
This is why your mother doesn't love you.
Oh. His eyebrows raise up and he looks sad. He goes, "How would you know?"
Oh, damn.
Look at that shit. Ain't that fucked up? All right. So after that, burn, he takes that burn damage. Bellin, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You see, there are 5 orcs in front of you that all look pretty much near death. The 2 archers, perfectly fine, untouched.
I tried.
Sorry, that wasn't a shot at you.
No problem. I cast Aura of Vitality just because it's best to get that stuff up earlier.
Hmm.
I allow 9 healing towards the wizard over there. And cast Toll of the Dead towards our failing orc chieftain.
We're just bullying these people at this point.
Yeah, well, they need to be dead so we can continue.
Isn't Aura Vitality an action?
Yes, it is.
What is Toll the Dead?
Toll of the Dead is
That's also an
necromantic
action.
damage is 2d12 if you're already injured, d8s if you're not.
Yeah, it's also an action, though.
Yeah,
you would.
That was the bonus one.
but it's not a
No.
bonus. It's a full action.
It is a
Oh.
cantrip, but it's still a full action.
Yeah,
Alright,
it'll
then.
I'll actually say like casting time 1 bonus action, like this Shield of Faith did.
I was a little confused by that, apparently.
No,
So,
it's that
just-
that really does suck. It's kind of
A
confusing.
lot of
and-
these, yeah, I'll get with you later on after the session to more clarify bonus actions as it is in your game. Then I'll just stand with Aura Vitality because, well, clerics are supposed to be healers.
All right, let's put you on the target table. Let's see here. After that, it's enemy number 1 and enemy number 2. So the 2 orcs to Packra's right, who are named Billy and Joel, are gonna go. Billy's gonna swing twice. That's a 15 and 12. I assume they were
Miss.
gonna miss, and turns out that happens. And then Joel is gonna swing twice. An 18 and a 24.
24 hits.
All right, so enjoy this 20/10 points of damage. Finally,
Oh
we
boy.
broke the 18 charm.
I see who is the father's favorite of this bunch.
And that was actually the one that you made hit the boss before. So you kind of like looks confused, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he swings at Packer.
This is why your father never came back with the milk.
Becker is so mean.
He kind of looks at
He
number. He looks at number 3. He's good. All right.
Bad
now,
enough for stabbing him. Now you're emotionally traumatizing him too, man.
Neil, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You can see the emotional damage burning over there.
So aside from whittling down their spirits and minds, how bad are these guys looking right now?
They are terrible. Some of them are a fighter swing away from death. Some of them are a fireball away from death. And then some of them are a few turns away from death. The two archers are untouched. They are healthy. But probably not that sturdy.
Okay,
And then the ones that have been hit by the fireball are all pretty hurt, pretty close to death. And then the big guy in the middle, just blood coming out of almost every orifice he has, and he has cuts all over him. He is fucked up.
Okay. I feel like Neil wants to kill the leadership and see if that does anything. So he's gonna open up his grimoire, lean out from behind the tree, and start incanting a chill touch cantrip at the leader.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a roll to hit. Give me a second here.
Yeah. So show me on the doll where you're touching him.
It's so should it work, it'll be basically a skeletal hand assailing him. That's
Oh God.
that's really gonna hit.
What'd you
That's
get?
27.
Oh, 27. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, so basically Neil opens up his ghostly grimoire and just literally shoves his entire hand into the book. And as he's enchanting, he's whispering some dark things, and he puts the hand through the book, and then a skeletal green hand rises up from the ground and just grabs the bad guy's ankle, and it starts leeching his life away.
Oh, shit. All right. So I already told you he has 8 points left. I told you that before. How many?
Yep.
What is your potential damage here?
We're looking at 2d8 potential damage.
So you could do 16.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if you can kill him with even half.
I only did 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is rough.
Yeah.
Minimum damage on one of the dice. Rest.
Yep.
So he is just drained of life. He looks sickly. There's bags under his eyes. His eyes are bloodshot. There's blood coming out of his ears, and he's just kind of more of leaning on this great axe at this point. He's just looking at Packer, and he's like, "You still haven't one."
Then the skeletal hand just kind of stays latched onto his ankle, and that's gonna be Neil's turn. He hides back behind a tree.
Packer kind of just stops.
Still look better than your mother last night.
That's just not nice.
Neil starts crying for this guy behind the
He
tree.
just gives up and dies. All right. So the last archer is going to take a shot. Oh, let's see here. Do we want to shoot at Bellin or do we want to shoot at Saran? Bellin's
think
kind of
Saran.
healing now. Huh?
I don't think Saran.
You
Oh,
don't think so?
no, don't think so.
Saran's like, nah.
Let's
actually
roll
not.
a what is this? Let's roll a
Maybe I
d4
should have
again.
hid it behind the tree.
Do you want to be even or odd?
Even.
All
Definitely
right.
odd.
So if it comes up odd, it's going to Bellin. Ooh, it's a 1. Which doesn't seem good for the future here. All right. This archer, she kind of grits her teeth and looks at you, Bellin, as you get off a heel towards Packer there, and she's gonna shoot you for a 23 to hit.
Ouch.
I have 22 AC.
What? Do you really?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. That is 12 points of piercing damage. A second shot will not have that bonus onto it, but she's gonna give it a go. Oh, 19 to hit. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's a
Literally
miss.
reflects off of his skin.
That is That
Pretty
is
metal.
crazy. All right. So,
Shield bonuses.
yeah. That's a shame. All right. So, she hits you that first time for 12 points of damage. Can I ask you a question about Aura Vitality? Is it a concentration spell?
Yes.
Do you want to roll a Constitution saving throw?
Really want to, actually, no.
DC 10.
20.
Oh, okay. I mean, yay! Sorry, I'm English is my 8th language, so I fuck up sometimes.
No worries.
Fuck you. I mean, good job. I'm working on it. So after that, it is unfortunately the end of round 2, which means at the top of it, Pakra, you got a bunch of almost dead people around you. What are you gonna do?
Call
I
for
think I'm
orbital
going to
strike.
stop and ask them how they're. I'm going to swing with a great axe.
All right. He starts to answer. He's like, I'm hurting.
Good.
How does a 30 sound?
So, yeah.
To hit?
Yeah.
That hits him and his father.
And
The
he's
emotional
been dead
damage
for
is
30
taking
years.
its toll.
Wow, today's the anniversary.
17 points of slashing damage on the big leader guy.
All right. So as you kill him, what does this look like?
Taking the great axe above Pakra's head, Pakra looks down.
You'll finally meet your father.
And he just cleaves the man in half with the great axe. And then
You are
slowly
brutal.
turns to number 2.
You are next.
Oh, shit.
And then he's going to attack with his tail.
Ruh-roh.
See how this happens. How does a 22 sound?
A 22 sounds like it's gonna hurt. That was a cross between hit and hurt, and I couldn't decide apparently which one to go with.
Both work.
Oh wait, no, plus add an additional 16 points of piercing damage because I put the wrong number in.
Said to number 2, correct?
Yep.
Well, he had 12, so you also take him the fuck out.
Cool.
Yup.
Yup.
He did.
Do I have any bonus actions I could do?
I mean, you don't have multi-attack or something?
This is my multi-attack. I'm just wondering if because I'm using my tail as my second attack because it gives additional benefits to using it.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, fair enough.
So I have my great axe in my 2 hands, and I'm using my second attack in my attack action. Just wondering if I have any bonus actions I want to do. No.
Alrighty, so at the end of your turn, I believe nobody's gonna go because they did. He did. Sauron, it's your turn. You see the big guy in the middle just drop like a rock. What would you like to do?
I will cast Mage Armor, and
No, do you want to move up?
yeah. How far would I be able to?
That is up to you and your character sheet. Is it 30 feet?
Yeah.
Then yeah, about right there.
Then yeah, I'll hold off.
All right. So after that, after Miss Sauron guards herself up and runs up there, number 4, Pakra, you looking kind of tasty.
Kind of dummy thick.
All right. He's gonna try to swing at you. You see this rock on a rod. Actually, you know what? I forgot about the way orcs work a little bit here. So they're big on strength and aggression and brutality, especially the Minero clan. So if you would please roll, let's call it a free intimidation check. So just roll intimidation.
I am good at this, actually.
You did just chop their leader in 2.
Yes.
1d20, I have... So it's going to be a 1d20 plus 6.
That's actually pretty fucking high.
14.
A 14. All right. Let's see who's about to back out of this. So this guy Does not back up. Okay. So number 4 looks at his dead leader and looks at you and he says, "Are you in the him?" I think maybe. That is a 22 to hit.
That would hit, but I'm going to go ahead and reaction a D8.
Alrighty.
If it gives me max again, I'm unstoppable. Max again!
Are you
Jeez.
serious?
30 AC right now.
Christ.
Jesus.
Hit me. Try again.
All right. He's gonna try again. That's a 15 to hit. He cannot hit unless he criticals. All right. So after that, who is it? Number 6. Number 6 is gonna also do the same thing. Kind of look at her boss. And look at you as she draws this arrow and looks at Saran, who's made her way up there. But unlike her companion, she's going to lower her bow and kind of back up a little bit, walking behind the tree and making her way away from the main combat area.
Oh.
She running.
And then after that, number 3, the guy up in your face. Is he going to run? He is. He kind of, he drops his maul and he holds up both his hands and he uses his action to disengage. And he kind of
using his action to disengage.
Yeah, he backs away and he just goes, "Respect."
I wish
A
I had
little
my
fist
reaction.
bump on his like chest too, just like a little chest tap.
I'm gonna have to out myself. If I didn't use my reaction, I could have attacked him.
Oh, you have a feat.
I have Sentinel.
Bellin, it's your turn. You see number 4, the guy to the direct left of Pakra attack him, but you see one of the orcs drop his weapon, hold his hand up, and back away. And you see the archer that was by the tree that has been shooting Saran also backing away, kind of lowering her weapon. What would you like to do?
Which one's more tore up visibly, 1 or 4?
Oh dear. Mm-hmm. They are exactly the same.
Ah, well then.
Convenient.
Number 1 can now take damage
Oh, what?
from Toll the Dead.
All right. So he takes 13 points of damage. So he is not long for this world, which I'm sad to say because I know you wanted him to live forever.
I also activate as a bonus action my Aura of Vitality, healing myself for 12 points, which literally leaves me with no damage.
Jesus. Alrighty. So after that, number 1 and number 2 are gonna go. But are they gonna stay?
2 says he's dead.
2's dead. Yeah. All right. So number 1, he's going to look at the boss, look at Pakra, and he's gonna swing. He says, "This is for my father." That's a 16, a 23.
Neither hit.
Balls. All right.
Packer just looks at him.
Oh fuck.
Your father never loved you.
My mom used to tell me the same thing.
Oh.
He starts
I
crying.
know.
Neil, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Neil's gonna peek out from the tree and hit number 1 with another chill touch.
Uh-oh.
And same thing as before. It is, oh boy, 12.
To hit?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 12 doesn't hit.
No problem.
I had to make sure.
Then,
Almost did.
no worries. And that's actually, I think, pretty much all Neil's got. And then he just kind of like shouts out, he's like, "You got it, guys. Keep going. I'm just gonna be back here, being safe and not getting shot with arrows. Thanks." And he just hides right back behind that tree.
The man of bravery. Out on his own. He's back there.
With his tiny little 12 AC, he just doesn't want to get shot.
There's a lot of targets here. Packer, I think you're the main target now. So I hate to say it, but the archer is going to try to shoot you.
Try it, bitch.
Yeah, that's why I'm not happy to say it. But let's see. She has a, what is this, 5% chance? Yeah. So let's go. First shot. Tongue hanging out the mouth. Gritting her teeth. 18 to hit. Second shot. Eyes closed. 16 to hit.
Oh.
She just, you see, she closes her eyes and releases the arrow. And she goes, Jesus, take the wheel. All right. Unfortunately, nothing happens. Packer, top around 4. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
So, I'm going to bonus action use my martial adept and reposition ally, allowing Saran to move her movement speed as a reaction if she would like.
So
You can use your reaction to move if you would like, if you want to move closer or further, up to you.
Yes. Number 1, number 4, and number 5 are still in the fight.
And then I get to deal an additional 1d6 on this attack and roll to swing with my great axe as he swings it like a baseball bat at number 1.
Roll.
How does a 23 sound?
Nice.
That sounds like it's really gonna hurt.
Plus 8. And 20 points of damage as he baseball swings the great axe.
Holy shit. That is a lot of fucking damage.
Okay. And then, since behind him is number 4, his tail is going to jab out.
Thank you, Lord. So I had to custom make what you are actually fighting in this, and I just realized I never saved it. But thankfully, my cookies did. I was about to lose my mind. Let's click save. All right. I apologize. How much was the damage again, and to who?
20 to number 1.
All right. I was having a miniature panic attack.
And then my tail is going to jab out from behind me at number 4.
Ooh.
How does 29 to hit sound?
You know what? It gets there. I didn't think it would, but
Just barely, right?
yeah, just barely getting there. He's
12 points of piercing damage as the tail jabs right into him.
ooh, yeah. I mean, he's wearing so little that even his balls are swinging with each swing of this fucking maul. So
man.
yeah, his AC is 13. Fun fact. You said how much damage?
12 points of piercing damage.
Ow. Okay. He is so low on health right now that Saran could kill him.
Get him.
And that will end my turn.
All right. So let's have somebody else's turn. You know what, Pakra? Why don't you let somebody else go? And I'm not doing this just because I've lost the tab with initiatives. Oop. Saran, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I will attack with. So it's kind of like a hilt that kind of has a bunch of gears on it, and a blue light emits from it. That's in the shape of a blade.
In other words, she has a fucking lightsaber.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It'll be 22.
Alright, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll some damage with your light sword. Mechaneer's blade.
14.
Ooh, what kind of damage is that?
Radiant.
Radiant damage. Ouch. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. So this poor little bastard takes 14 points of damage while he only had 10. So she fucking slices him with this light and kills his ass.
Neil takes a mental note of the radiance.
So does Saran have any catchphrases whenever she kills people? Or is she like, take that to the bank?
Oh shit, none that I can think of.
That's
on
alright.
the spot.
Just put on some glasses. That way every time you kill somebody, you can take them off and say, he just cashed his last check. Anyway, after that, number 5 is the only one still engaged with the party and still fighting. Number 6 has backed up and is backing up further. Number 3 has also backed up and away from the fight, not wanting to engage anymore. Bellin, is your turn. What would you like to do?
Alrighty. I'm just looking at the list. Those are all dead. 5 is backing up, or she's holding.
Number 5 is holding, and she shot at Pakra just a minute ago. Well, if you had to put a number on it, about 4.5 seconds ago.
And nobody's hit it so far, so
No.
roll your wisdom saving throw for hold person, since the other 2 are going to run.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. All right, she's going to pass this. I could feel it. Natural 20, baby. Oh, fuck. That's a 7 total.
Beautiful. You are now paralyzed.
Oh, shit. So she just clamps up and kind of like looks at you really
Stands there
angrily.
looking like an idiot. She will get a save every round.
Oh, that's not going to help her at all, but I appreciate the effort. All right. So just, I want to see her odds here. What is your DC?
16.
Yeah. She'll have to roll high. All right. So she will not be able to do shit on her turn. Let's see here. Number 1 and number 2 are dead. Neil, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Those ones are all dead. Does Neil even see number 5? Does he know that 5 is there? Like, kind of, the trees are kind of conspicuous on the map. Not sure.
I mean, you've seen arrows coming out. You can kind of see. I would say you could get the gist of it, but
Okay.
I would give her a slight cover if you were going to roll to attack her. I'll give her +2.
I think, I think Neil's going to peek out and, try and get a sight line on her, and then I think he's going to hit her with the chromatic orb.
I think he's going to try, but all right.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and get that. Let's see here. That's a 15 to hit.
Let's see. What is her AC +2? 17. Unfortunately, a 15 will not hit. It goes against her a little bit, and she kind of ducks behind this tree as you're just kind of trying to poke your head around and see her.
Yep, Neil just kind of leans out and kind of whisks up a little green orb from his spell book, just kind of picks it up like a baseball, and then just launches it, and it just flies away. Hits the grass a little bit past her, and you can see that it was acidic in nature, and it starts melting the ground.
Oh, shit. Dude, the grass. Come on, man. A lot of maintenance care.
He
It's a problem.
care. Yeah, Neil hates the environment.
Eco-terrorist.
All right. So after that, unfortunately, it's number 5's turn. She can't do shit, so she's going to roll a wisdom saving throw. Can she talk?
You want me to rattle off the spell? Choose a humanoid that you can see within range. Target must succeed a saving throw. Paralyzed for the duration. At the end of turn, they make another wisdom save. On a success, the end spell ends. She's paralyzed, so I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, no. All right, so wisdom saving throw. That is a 10.
Nope.
All right.
Rush shot.
So she just stays paralyzed, her eyes looking towards this party that she has previously attacked, all her allies either dead or fleeing. Fear is about the only thing left in her. Pakra, it's the top of the next round. Stepping on their corpses is a difficult terrain, just for the record.
Oh, I have 40 feet of movement. That doesn't matter.
That blows. What would you like to do?
Stepping over number 2, he's just gonna, stomp a little bit, and then he's just gonna walk all over. It's only 30 feet, even with the difficult terrain. He's going to place one metallic hand on the archer's shoulder. He's gonna look at her.
This is your fault. You attacked me.
And then he's going to just cleave her with a great axe.
We have advantage.
Oh, advantage?
Yes, she is
Paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Jeez.
Give those other 2 a good reason to keep running.
How does a natural 20 sound?
Damn.
That sounds like what advantage is for.
Oh boy, this is going to be a lot of damage.
Oh, actually, I apologize. You do have advantage. However, any attack that hits you is a critical if the attacker is in the 5 feet. So anybody who uses a melee weapon right now will automatically crit on her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I realize this is brutal.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. So yeah, Bellin stops this woman as he's like, "Oh wait, no, I don't want you killing us." And then all of a sudden he sees Packer walk up and just smash her in the face with this. Oh my god! With
30
this
points of slashing damage. Anyone?
35. Luckily, she was untouched, so she is still alive. However, not for long.
Which one of those arms is
fuck.
gone though? Like really though?
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna swing with my great axe again, just because the fuck of it.
Uh-oh. All right, so this is an automatic crit if you hit. You have advantage.
There's an 18, so that's
Uh-huh.
good. 1d20 and a 24. Did I
Oh.
just hit?
Yeah, those both hit. Think.
And it's a crit, right?
Yep, automatically a crit because she is
And
paralyzed.
37 points of slashing damage from the great axe.
Yeah,
My lord.
she is actually still alive.
Oh boy, that's not for long.
You know what? I'm gonna
I'm
tell you
impressed.
exactly how many hit points she has left. 3. She has
wait.
3 hit
Above
points
orc.
left.
She's got 75 hit points. It doesn't matter, though. I just took out most of it. Alright, that'll end Packer's turn, and he's like, he just looks at her.
I am surprised. You
You
will still die.
see one single tear roll down her face. As Suron, it's your turn. You have your Mechaneer's blade out. Why don't you make use of it?
Finish her off.
Do it. Do it.
Do it, do.
I'm pretty sure I can move over here.
Sure.
Yes, exactly.
I'll just slash with my lightsaber.
You
We're
know,
not
she's barely hanging in there. You see all the blood on the ground.
Okay, so
You could even cause her to explode on death due to booming blade.
Have you thought of a tagline yet? I'm a
soon.
lover of the 90s, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone.
Go in pieces.
Yeah. You're fired.
I come in peace. You
Good.
go in pieces.
Natural one first, you get
Are you
advantage.
Thank
Thank
God.
God, this advantage. You cut your own leg off.
With a fucking lightsaber, yeah. Motherfucker has a fucking lightsaber, it's great.
There we go. It's better.
All right.
I mean, you have a plus 9 to hit, so 18.
Unfortunately, her ace. I'm just playing. Yes, that hits. So you
Thank God.
automatically crit.
So 17 points of radiant damage there?
I guess so. Yeah.
Ooh, shit. All right. So this bitch. Did she ever hit you?
No.
No.
Okay. I know she shot at Saran a couple of times. Oh no, wait, she did hit you.
No, that was the other
No,
one.
I think she
Yeah,
hit
she
me.
missed the
That was
first
number
2
6?
times she tried.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk up to this bitch, and where do you hit her with this light sword, this lightsaber?
Face.
Oh, that's just
Oh,
cold,
rude.
bro.
Face.
All right.
Just do the Mortal Kombat execution of just cut her off from the cheekbones and the
Yeah.
head just rolls off.
You kind of take your time and let it sink into her. All right. So you walk
Single
up,
sawing motion, you know.
hit her in the face with this light sword, and her face just kind of like falls in half, but her body is stuck due to the spell. So even though you can see the blood and the split in her skin, bone, and intestinal organs, she is held together until Bellin releases the spell. But you see her eyes grow dark and the life fade from her body. Now, we
Damn.
can't be out of comment, except for 3 and 6 are still alive, but they're backing away. So if you want to let them go, they will flee. If you want to kill them, we're going to stay in initiative. So how do you want to handle this?
I will look at number 6 and say, "Get back here, bitch."
Damn.
Well, we're staying in combat.
All right, we're staying in combat. After that, it is number 4. He did. Number 6, it is her turn. So she is gone. She's going to use her action and bonus, or action and movement to run. Where's this? 60 feet. So Patrick could eventually catch her, but he can only run up to 80. So it would take a while because of the gap that's already there. And number 3, does he go before anybody else? Yeah, he goes before Bellin. He's also going to use action and movement to run. Also 60 feet. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to say they get away because they go before anybody else. Bellin is the only one to get a... I don't know. He goes next.
He could throw. No, he wouldn't be able to reach a ranged spell, would he?
Not
No.
really, because after he moves 60 feet, he'll be 120 feet away from Bellin. And he's going to keep going. And it'll be about the same for Saran. But he... Could he live through another spell? Which one is it? Maybe. Bellin and Saran and... I'm not even going to measure that out. Neil, you're way too far away. Bellin and Saran, do you all have a ranged attack spell that you, within 120 feet, that you want to make against him to see if you kill him as he flees? You can go ahead and make it now.
I'm looking.
I don't know if I have a spell that goes 120 feet.
No, I don't have that range. You're a smell sniper. You might actually pull that off. I don't have that range.
Fireball?
I would not waste a fireball.
No.
on this.
I felt bad just wasting a first
Earlier,
level spell.
yes, not now.
Firebolt. How about that?
That'll do.
Okay. I will... Do I need to move up at all, or can I just snipe him
No,
from here?
just this is the last shot to try to kill him before he flees. Which, to be honest, by yourself you're not gonna be able to do it. But if both of y'all were able to do it, then
Send him with a parting gift.
yeah. He has 22 hit points left. What will you leave him with?
Do I need to roll a hit or anything?
Yes, but that's what that was, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right, so that does hit. I'll go ahead and roll some firebolty damage. What is the damage of firebolt at this level? 2d10?
1d10.
No, it's 2d10 at this level, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's 2D?
yeah, you can get him close
Yeah.
to dead.
Oh, wow, she almost did too.
Yep. So he will flee, but have 4 hit points left. So if he gets jumped by a squirrel, he ain't gonna make it. All right, so let's drop out of combat with you guys in the middle of this kind of grassy, piney, wooded area. So you guys move out from here, keep heading north, and you get to the area where everybody was talking about their, fear and what he got from the legend lore spell. And nobody wanted to go around here because they were afraid of something. And you get there and you actually see something rather, I don't know whether to use the word, fear-inducing or magnificent or miraculous. You see a creature. I would say the necromancer would probably recognize what type of creature it is, but I'm going to let y'all kind of roll whatever you want. To recognize the kind of creature this is. It is not natural. So if you want to avoid that, you can roll Arcana, you can roll History, you can roll whatever you want against this unnatural creature to try to figure out what it is.
Quick
Ooh,
point of order, real quick, DM.
Yes.
How long would it have taken us to get to where we're at now from the battlefield?
We'll say half a day.
Half a day?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Neil cast Animate Dead on those 4 corpses that we left behind.
Oh, that's nice.
Got a squad of 4 zombos with him.
Sure.
And then I rolled a 28 Arcana check.
I'm sorry, a 20 what?
28, sir.
That's amazing. Okay, did anybody else want to give it a try?
I rolled an 18 Arcana check. Which is surprising, because it's Pakra.
So this creature, as you look up to it, as you look at it and up to it actually is kind of like a golden brass color, but it's not mechanical in nature. It's more like more organic, like some kind of golem or something like that. It is about 10 feet tall, and its fingers kind of look like it melts into its skin every now and then and kind of drops back down its chest. Looks like some kind of cavity that moves in and out a lot like Pakra's, except for there's like a red diamond crystal in the middle of it, and it looks very advanced. It's hard to say if it's organic or if it's a construct of some sort. And with a Arcana check of 28, you know it is a golem. Without a doubt, it's a golem. But what kind of golem? It's none that you've ever heard of. You've never seen a golem this advanced with this kind of magic around it. Like, this is pretty fucking advanced. You can see its head kind of comes up in horns, but they're not quite like horns. It's more like a horned helmet. And then it looks very much like a fighter type golem. It looks like it's wearing armor, but it's more of armor that's melted into it and made on it, as if it doesn't come off, unless you're going to tear its skin off also. And then in the chest there, kind of in the center of its body itself, lower chest is where the gem is, where it's kind of like an artificial heart. And then it is just kind of walking back and forth around this wooded area, and it looks like it's waiting for somebody or looking for somebody. And from what you know before, it could possibly be the person that had written this note. Like, maybe somebody had written this note and left it here, or had written this down and left this thing here, kind of searching for some answers, and then just they were not eternal like this thing was, and they're dead. So as you kind of see it walking back and forth in these woods, in this lightly wooded area, you can see there's it's mostly just low cut grass. There's pine trees, but it's in a decently large clearing. I mean, it's not too thick, but the clearing is only about, 50 feet by 50 feet. But what would you like to do as you approach it?
Legend lore on the creature.
That's a good call. Yeah.
All right.
Neil would just probably look at it and be like, "This is a very interesting golem. Look at the gem, the nature of the metal of the armor, mysterious."
And do realize that my divinity is literally knowledge.
Well, here's the problem, and I mentioned this earlier, so in case you don't want to do it, I would encourage it. I said it was from a different dimension, so the problem there is the legend lore
limited information in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd have used it anyway, even if I'm not getting anything out of it and I'm not hurting doing it.
All right. So with legend lore, you can tell it's some kind of advanced golem, and I don't want to give you nothing for that. So, it's probably more powerful than your day-to-day golem, but at the same time, but the basic things about him, like that golems are immune to being charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned. You probably might be a little bit more advanced, and that some advanced golems, or some of the older ones, they're immune to things like damage from poison, damage from psychic, because, it's a golem. And unless you have a magical weapon, don't even try to hit it.
I do ask that before we jump it, let me know. I got a few spells to cast.
Would the Arcana check I did on it give me an indication if it would be immune to or resistant to necromantic damage?
What was your check again?
28.
Yeah. Okay. So with the 28, it's resistant to somebody's radiant damage that you saw.
Okay. So he'll take a look over it and just kind of suss it out with his magical awareness, kind of looking over, and then he'll lean over to Saran and be like, "That blade of yours might not be quite as effective, but if you have anything mundane, that will be even less effective. So I'd suggest you continue using it."
Well, I guess here goes nothing then.
Are we attacking this thing, or should we try talking to it first, just in case?
Packer is going to walk straight up to it.
All right.
Backer's already on it, my bad.
Packer, as you approach it, you see its hand kind of turn into this orange light, and it kind of forms a chain, and then at the very end of it, a ball starts forming.
Casting.
And it says, "State your business."
Packer looks up because it's 3 feet taller than him, so it's a big bit of
Yeah,
difference.
it's a hefty boy.
And he is going to look straight up at it. And I'm just trying to remember the name of what we're looking, like the exact name. Okay, I remember now. He looks up at it, and he states,
We are searching for the eternal heart to replace the mechanical one within her chasm.
and he points at Saran. Saran.
All right.
I keep wanting to say Saran wrap.
So as you say that, it says negative, and he's going to roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ouch.
after we roll initiative, because let's be honest, we're all prepared for that fight here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So if you want to move yourselves around the map, let's see here.
This is the 4 guys that Pakra decimated. They are now slightly more necromantic. They look like they've rotted a few weeks, but they are trailing behind him like a little army line.
Yeah, they still work for what they need to be.
Actually, I'm gonna say that they're kind of covering him like the specials, like this, like a special forces team, just kind of like he's hiding in between the bodies.
That's just smart. You really got to have your people taking the place, because you don't want to get hit unless cover is a thing.
Yeah, he's gonna
All right.
use their orcish dead bodies as cover.
That is how you do orc ferocity. So, Hakra, initiative.
A 6.
Oh dear. So you really might be getting hit. Okay, Saran.
22.
Oh, that's good. Bellin.
22 as
Oh
well.
shit. What's your dexterity?
2.
Oh, Saran, yours was 3, right?
Yeah.
All right. Neil.
10.
Oh, okay. And the big guy, not too dexterous, but let's see how you do. That's funny. Okay. So we're going to do that. So, Saran, you see him starting to raise this orange lighted flail? Question mark? At Pakra, as Pakra states exactly what he's here for. What would you like to do?
Thing's pretty tanky and tough, though, right? I'd say.
He's 10 foot tall, very broad. His weight is hard to imagine.
I guess summon Draconic Spirit. When you cast a spell using a spell slot, okay. Use Draconic Spirit stat block. When you cast a spell, choose a family of dragon, chromatic, gem, or metallic. The creature resembles a dragon of the chosen family, which determines certain traits and its stat blocks. The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points. The creature is an ally to you and your companions in combat. The creature shares your initiative account, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands. If you don't issue any, it takes the dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger. I guess I'll summon it kind of right next to Pakra.
Alrighty.
I get to
attack.
choose what dragon it becomes too.
Yeah.
I'll summon a metallic dragon.
What color?
Like a copper clockwork dragon.
Actually, that'd be good.
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah,
19.
there you go.
That'll hit, yeah. Oh wait, I didn't actually look. I just assumed. Hang on. It will hit. Yes.
Okay, sweet.
So what kind
So
of
it has-
damage is this?
Piercing.
All right.
12.
12 points of damage. You got it.
And then you get to do it again.
Front row.
Oh, same thing?
Yeah, you get to do it twice. That summon dragon spirit's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that concentration?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, up to an hour though.
21.
A 21 to
Excellent.
hit.
10.
10 points of piercing damage.
The 30-foot cone, and then the
Unless-
creature.
Make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC. The creature takes 2d6 damage of a type this dragon has resistance to.
Thank you for using a simple spell. This was fun.
I'll do acid.
Okay.
I guess the big boy needs to make a dex saving throw.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what all he's got. Alright.
7.
That is an 18 to save.
That succeeds, I believe.
Yeah, it would take half damage.
Alright. What's the damage?
The damage was 7, so
Oh.
be like 3.
Alright. So that sounds low, but 2 rends plus that shit adds up. You've done already 25 points of damage to him.
Nice.
And he's beefy, so that's a good shot. Bellin, it is your turn. You see the dragon get summoned. You see it slash breathe. You see this giant thing drop this flail that used to be its hand, and then it's going to swing Packro. What do you want to do?
I'm going to
Packro.
terrorize you and make you feel better at the same time. I summon Celestial Spirit. It'll be an angelic being with a radiant bow. It takes radiant damage, fires 600 feet, and both my attacks at the same time are 25.
That'll hit.
And the damages will be 2d6 plus 2.
Is radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay.
7 damage, so 14 damage total.
Alrighty.
And I'm done.
Okay. So you see, unfortunately, not all of that radiant damage goes through.
It resists radiant?
It does.
That's unusual.
Yes, he is a unusual creature.
I mentioned that to Saran, but I forgot to pass it on to you, the actual cleric.
Sadly, I
Oops.
could get rid of him easily, but I can't kill him easily.
Neil, is your turn.
All right, so Neil's gonna also summon something.
This is fun, guys.
Also
Appreciate it.
gonna be really quick though. Neil's summoning a skeletal spirit right boink there.
Oh.
It is going to be going in initiative order right after Neil. And then for a bonus action, he's going to command 3 of the zombies to start closing in on this beast as far as they can for now. They've only got a speed of 20. Let me just make sure that I'm getting them out there. Nope, that's a little too far. Boink. 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 One of them is staying behind, which Neil will promptly use as a meat shield. And then the summon undead is going to cast 2 grave bolts at the construct. And those are ranged spell attacks. I'm casting it at a 5th level spell. It'll be 2d4 plus 8. So this is the first attack is going to be a 12 to hit.
Natural 1.
Oh, that is a natural 1. You're correct.
Unfortunately, it does not hit.
Okay. Then the second grave bolt
And you were on this
is
shit.
a 30 to hit.
A
Jeez.
30 will definitely hit. You kind of hit the opposite side of that the
You know-
line there.
There you go. That's how we do it. Good job, Jimmy. All right. That's gonna
Better
be.
hell, let's rock.
What was the D? The D2 D4 plus 8. And that's going to be a total of 11 points of damage from that Grave Bolt.
11 points of damage. Alrighty.
Funny how we're all like just summoning something.
All right, and then that's my turn, and the summoned skeleton's turn as well.
So, after that, Pakra,
Hit me.
it sees all this going on in front of it, and it kind of stops mid-swing, and then it looks up, and you see its chest starting to glow, as it says, "Feel the might." And pretty much everybody. So this skeleton not included, and this skeleton not included, and Saran is actually just out of range. You see this beam of light come out in a cone in front of it, and it is a radiant light. It is a light that, Bellin, as you're looking at it, you're like, that's blissful, but it's gonna hurt. I believe your summon guy is actually going to be immune to this, which is slightly annoying, but it's fine. So I need everybody to please make a dexterity saving throw.
Have advantage.
Sure. And again, not these bottom skeleton and not the one you just summoned, not Skeleboy or the bottom one, and not Saran, but everybody else.
Roll for the dragon. So
Yes, I think.
Yes.
What's he immune or not immune to? I don't know.
Immunities, condition immunities, charmed, frightened, or poisoned.
Oh,
I got a natural 20 on Neil's saving throw.
So that'll do.
What you said? 2 of the zombies were getting hit, or 3?
Yeah. Let me go back to the. So it's basically the top 2, or I'm
The
sorry,
top
top
3.
3. Yeah,
top
these
3,
guys will both get hit, but this bottom one and the one you just summoned will be excluded.
Okay, let me just pull up their stats so that I can get theirs here.
Right?
dexterity saving throw.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, for the dragon.
You're out.
There.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a natural 20,
Nice.
and since I have danger sense as a barbarian, any dex saving throws I get to roll with advantage.
Oh.
So might as well. 19 and a 20.
I like how you lead with the nat
Nice.
20.
Nice.
Bellin, what'd you get?
All of the zombies got 11 or lower on their saves.
Yeah, I got
Nice.
6.
Dragon got 16.
Okay. So, let's start here. Neil and Pakra.
Uh-huh.
You take 13 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Everybody else takes 26.
Okay.
Ouch. The zombies are obliterated. Wait, no. You said 26, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're obliterated.
And does anybody have the tag of evil on their character?
Yes.
Nope.
If
Ooh.
you are considered an evil creature, I need you to also roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wait a minute.
You're
Yeah.
you're neutral good.
I like the neutral good, like, sometimes. What is Pakra?
Chaotic neutral.
Stupid robot.
He serves- his alignment changes depending on who he serves, so that's why he's considered neutral.
It's a 16.
A 16, unfortunately, is just below the DC. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
All right. So just disadvantage until you pass it, basically.
Sounds good.
All right. That sucks. That's the end of his turn, though. All right. So at the end of his turn, Pakra, what are you gonna do to him? You gonna take this shit? Hell no. Beat him up.
Packer's gonna get real angry. He's
Yeah,
gonna get big mad, big mad.
Yeah, big mad.
And
Moderate or large mad.
he's gonna become moderately mad,
Oh,
Pakra's
shoot.
as mad as a
I just
vegetarian at a
realized I
barbecue.
could have done something.
Huh?
I could have used counterspell.
That wasn't a spell.
Oh no,
That
it wasn't a
wasn't?
spell.
As a special action, like a special
Okay.
ability.
It's like the breath weapon. Actually, it's exactly like a breath weapon. Tone and awe.
So he enters his rage as instead of a tail, his fingers begin to grow into these massive incisor-like claws. As you hear the mechanical whirring as they grow to about double length into pure blades, and he's going into a claws rage,
Oh dear.
meaning I can attack 3 times a turn now.
Oh, that's 3 chances for critical.
Yup.
Are you gonna kill him?
Not with that damage, though. A 25. I'm just gonna roll all my attacks at once.
25 will hit.
Plus a 21.
Hit.
And a 31.
That's definitely a hit. Is that a critical?
Okay.
That's got to be close.
That's
It's 19.
almost.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna roll all the damage at once. So that's gonna be 3d6 plus. Let's see. Plus 24. 3d6 plus 24. A total of 32 damage with 2 minimums and 1 maximum.
Ouch.
Jeez.
That's rough. All
That's
right.
all 3 of his attacks.
Oh man. Okay. This guy's sturdy, but you can start seeing the dents now.
And these do count as magical, so he does not get. If he's resistant to non-magical, he is not resistant to these.
Yeah, he is, but all right. Actually, he's resistant to a lot of. Well, all right. Sauron, it is the end of round 1. This beginning of round 2. What would you like to do? Actually, how's your dragon doing? How much health do those guys have?
50.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like
So he's still good. He's good to go.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he can't do that again.
Or one.
good to know.
Unless.
Yep, no, he didn't get it back.
Good opener, though.
Okay, that wouldn't have done anything. Oh, great.
Oh, what
So
are
I'm
you
gonna
doing?
attack
Oh.
before the spirit does, right?
One more
I
time?
can attack before the spirit does, right? Or
Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes right after you. So you would basically attack and then use your bonus action to be like, Jorge, hit him. Or whatever name you might choose. But just dragon spirit just screams Jorge to me.
that sounds accurate.
Like Justin's cat?
Yes, I do love that.
Is it fat too?
It is.
I meant the dragon. Is the dragon fat now?
Oh.
Alright, he said it is. I mean, like, it's already canon now.
It'd be
the
resistant to
dragon's
fire,
fat.
wouldn't it?
Who?
It would be resistant to fire. You said
Are
right?
you asking to know the resistance of my creature?
No.
A little bit.
I mean, I kind of did earlier.
He actually said a lot of things earlier, so I'm gonna leave that up to your memory. Or if you want, you can use your bonus action to do a knowledge check about golems. However, then you won't be able to command your Jorge to attack. So, what do you want to do?
I'll do catapult with my dagger.
Oh, all right. So you fling a dagger at him. If you roll a natural 1, you'll hit Packer in the back of the head.
Do it, coward. You won't.
I'm
Do
pretty sure
it.
I have to try to roll an attack, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Or,
No, it's
or is it a
dexterity
saving
saving
throw?
It's
Ooh,
dex
that's
saving
not
throw.
good.
Dex save.
Yes, big guy is very dexterous. Oh, son of a bitch, natural 20. He is quite dexterous.
You didn't lie to us.
Yes. He sees a flower on the ground. He's like, ooh, sunflower. So he leans down to pick it up and then realizes,
Starts singing Post Malone.
oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, he's got a song called Sunflower.
Does he really?
It's on that
So-
Spider-Man movie.
I guess I'll end my turn. The dragon does its lovely little attack.
Alrighty. How do you say this? Do you yell out? What do you say?
I'll just say, dragon, use claw attack.
That's
like
not
a Pokemon.
Pokemon or anything.
Wait a minute. Trying the
Dragon
wrong
use
game.
claw. Alright, so go ahead and rend and breath, I guess. So you technically got like 4 fucking attacks going on here.
I love that we all have something to summon something.
I do not.
Well, I'm pretty sure a 5 doesn't hit though.
No, ma'am.
5.
So that's the 2 rends.
And then you can do a breath attack.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one you don't have to roll for. So we're good.
Damage.
What kind of damage do you want to make this while I do the save?
I'll keep it an acid.
He rolled a 9. Saran, how much damage?
7.
Okay. All right. After that, Bellin, it is your turn. Please don't summon anything.
Charizard, I
Join the
choose
army.
you.
Charizard. I choose
very good.
you.
I am casting. Is anybody especially beat the hell out of?
I can use some healing.
particularly.
So you yell that out, and people automatically yell back.
Well, I'm kind of a healer. I'm kind of estimating that I can see the amount of damage on somebody at a distance.
Neil
Everyone
looks
has a
over.
health bar above their head.
Neil looks over. He's just like, I've got ways of making my flesh heal itself. Worry not about me, cleric.
So, does anybody need a a decent amount of healing, or what?
I'm about half health.
How bad is that?
Well, even at half health, I'm higher health than the sorcerer, but you know.
Well, if there's 3 or more, might as well just cast Mass Healing Word.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you can
Nobody.
The dragon.
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody. What the hell? Oh, okay. Everybody is healed for at least 5 fucking points of damage. It's not stellar, but it does hit everybody.
Ooh.
I'll
So
take it.
you're casting Mass Healing Word?
Yes.
So that is a bonus action, which means you can cast a cantrip as an action or attack with a sword if you want to. I don't
Well,
recommend
sadly,
it,
I
but
don't
you could.
think he's going to take necromantic damage for piss.
Oh, not really. No,
Does
he
he get resistance, or does he take none?
So you want me to tell you about the resistances of my monster?
No, I want to know if it'll take damage or not.
Oh, okay. You want to roll a knowledge check?
A what check?
Knowledge check.
Absolutely.
Well, that takes your bonus action, so you
Oh.
can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Fuck
Well, then
you.
piss on it. I just told the dead his ass and see if
Okay.
it fucking affects.
Yeah.
Bella.
That way you're still doing all your stuff. So, saving throw.
16.
What type of saving throw is it again?
It's a wisdom.
Let's see here. Oh no, he only got a 16.
And that would be 18 damage. Damn.
Oh shit!
Nice.
What's your spell save DC?
16.
Oh, so he met it.
Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, he does not take that damage. I really apologize, but it looks like the spell would have hit him, but he just
Didn't affect.
yeah, I don't know. He thought of how much he loves his mother, and he was able to push through. I got
Alrighty.
nothing.
He heard
It was
about what
worth a
happened to
shot.
yours.
Here we go again. 2 attacks at 20.
Do you mean a 20 to hit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 20 will hit, yes.
Okay. 4 damage.
Oof.
Soak what you
Hate to see
do.
it.
God, that was bad.
Hate to see it.
Oh, that is.
That's
I
great.
literally rolled 2 1s on my dice. So
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, let's put that on the list of things you hate to see.
yeah, there
You're
you
able to
go.
attack twice, right?
Yeah, he attacked twice.
That's weird. I'm only seeing 2 rolls.
Hey, you rolled the 20. What else did you roll?
That's what I said. I'll make both of these pass or fail 1 attack, but
Huh? Oh, no. No. Never do that. Roll them
Okay.
separately.
my apologies.
No, you're good. If I don't want to let you do that, because then I have to let everybody do that.
No worries. 21
we
is the
have
next
to
attack,
attack.
so
Nice.
since the last one hit, it probably will too.
Yes, a 21 does hit.
This also gives you a chance for higher damage.
Or lower.
You can't get lower.
You're right on that.
Ouch.
The second attack is 9 damage.
Ooh. So that is good. He's hurt. He's not terribly hurt, but I will say he is getting to bloodied, as they say. So he's not invincible. He is taking a lot of damage. Next in the initiative order is Neil. Neil, what do you want to do?
Don't forget your hit points.
Yeah. So there's a tree on the map here, and just a little bit away from Neil. Can he hide behind that tree?
Yes. Well,
Yeah, cool.
which one?
Would you the one just a bit south that the
Okay.
that the other zombies hide behind?
Yeah.
Just scooch a little bit towards that tree. What kind of cover bonus would you say that tree's providing, good old Neil?
If you shoot and then duck behind it, full cover.
Yeah. Full cover? Beautiful. Neil loves to hear that. Yeah, he's gonna run up to that tree. As he's running up to that tree, before he ducks behind it totally, he's going to throw out a chromatic orb at 5th level. Did the acid damage that the dragon used on the construct seem like it did some stuff to it? Or did that hit or not? I don't remember if that hit.
It looked like it did a lot of damage to it.
Rad. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, Neil's gonna toss out a 5th level chromatic orb and hope that he can do something to this guy.
I hope you don't. Consider that a personal preference.
Shoot, not great. Is a 13 hit?
Total?
Yeah, that's unfortunately a roll of 2 with an 11
Oh.
modifier.
Unfortunately, a 13 will not hit.
So once again, an orb of acid just goes soaring into the grass behind the thing as Neil's eyes are glowing green and he's throwing out this crazy orb of green energy. And then he's going to take full cover behind that tree, and as a bonus action, he's going to command this zombie to move the rest of its movement speed up to the construct and take an attack at that. Zombie attacks with where is it? It's +3. And that's going to be only 11, so the zombie's not going to hit.
Unfortunately, no.
Breaks his zombified arm against the leg of the machine. Good job! You're doing a great job! Skeleton is going to take some attacks.
All right. You got this. I can
Yeah,
feel it.
all of my minions can do something. I'm sure of it.
I attack now.
That's going to be a 21 to hit the first
That's
attack.
a hit.
He's going to do. What am I doing here? 2d4. That's it. 2d4 plus 8. That's going to be 14 damage for the first attack.
Holy shit. What kind of damage is this?
Necromantic damage.
Oof.
As
Okay.
it's launching spectral ghost arrows at it.
And he takes all of that.
And that's a 22 for the second attack.
That'll hit.
Yep, and then that's 13 for the damage of
Ow.
the second hit. And is all of my 5th level spell slots with that mist chromatic orb, though, so...
But he is at about a third of his hit points. He's going down. This shit's hitting him, and he's getting hit hard. I mean, it's his turn, but he has that already rolled to see if his little chest thing, his cone, recharges, and it did not. So he will have to take a single attack. So I guess let's continue where we left off. Pakra, let's see if he can hit you. This large, light orange flail. I was deciding whether to flavor it or not because every time I do, it misses. You see this light orange flail made out of some kind of light, a lot like her Mjolnir's blade, swings up in the air and then comes down on you with this large arm. Fucking. I rolled natural 2. So, yeah, that's going to miss. All right. And he's going to try to come back up with it and get that uppercut going. With a 16 to hit.
That misses.
Bro.
I like to imagine that it's literally just
Stellar.
this giant flail, and it's like Packer's just like, it's not even coming close to him, it's right in front of him, he's just staring at it as it hits the ground.
That's crazy talk. All right. So, unfortunately, this giant golem from another world sucks at hitting shit. No, he has that chest thing, so that makes up for it. He fails to miss you, but he's still going. He's still powered. It's your turn. Take him out and get his heart.
I'm gonna make 3 attacks.
Yeah, shine bright like a diamond. Uh-oh. I see that.
Oh, I did it 4 times. Oops, sorry, this last one will disappear.
You're good. All right, Packer. What'd you get?
So, 21, a natural 20, and a 15.
The 15 doesn't hit, but the natural 20 will make up for it.
And the 21. So that's going to be a total of still 3 d6. So, because of the brutal critical and all that, plus 6 plus 8. Actually, no, plus 16 because it's 2 attacks. There we go. 34 points of magical slashing damage.
Holy
As Packer rips into him with claws of steel.
No shit. Damn. That really fucked him up. Okay, he is not long for this world. You can see it's like a bronze colored liquid coming out of the slashes and dents, but it's also has a light sheen to it, like it's giving off a small bit of light. Saran, it's your turn. This guy's not gonna last too much longer. What do you want to do?
I'll be able to move here. I believe it's the farthest I can go, I think.
I think you only moved like 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually walk through that skeleton and get to the other side of him. You can move through your ally space. It's difficult terrain, but you have the movement left. So yeah, there you go. Now you're next to this 10-foot tall giant golem. This is where you want to be. Yeah.
Still has mage armor up, so. I think.
I'd say it won't matter to him, except for he's kind of hitting like a bitch. So, hard to say. All right, so Saran, what does this booming blade do? What are we doing here?
Radiant Blade. So 27.
Yes, ma'am, that will hit.
Sweet. 21.
So he takes a shit ton of damage. That sucks. I was really hoping he'd get... Well, yeah, pretty much. I want him to get one hit off before he dies. Damn.
Nah.
All right.
You did.
That doesn't count. That's survival. So I'm not going to tell you how many hit points he has. However, I will say Bellin could melee attack him and kill him. All right, so...
There's still the dragon.
Oh, fuck. You bastard.
It is the dragon's turn. They all summon shit this round. Well, the first round, so you gotta deal with the consequences. That makes 3 characters who can summon.
Or you can use your
waiting to
bonus
do it.
action to do a knowledge check instead.
Use your bonus action to, use a potion.
It's plus 7, right?
That's
For the attack?
Yes.
His, yeah. Also, in my games, drinking a potion is a fucking action. I don't do that rule.
Well, for the first hit, try again.
Yes. It's alive!
The sheer force it would take to suck down a potion as a bonus action is insane.
I actually watched a video of people trying to really drink a potion of average size. And, like, the lowest one was 5.3 seconds, but the highest was, like, 24 seconds. It's crazy funny.
I could totally do it with one hand while still swinging my sword twice.
It's harder than you think. Watching people do it was hilarious, but I wouldn't put myself in that position because it was embarrassing for them.
I have actual potion bottles. I could test this theory.
Do it. It'll be fun.
We need evidence.
Yeah. Okay. Saran, what did you get?
I got a 22 for the roll to hit.
Already? How much damage are you gonna do here?
Okay, let's see.
Damn, he could kill him. This sucks. Don't die by a summoned creature. You're better than that.
The final boss fight, and we're just gonna beat it up with a bunch of summoned
That's-
enemies.
4.
That's what you get when you've got 3 different people who can drop something on the battlefield.
No shit.
13.
Bummer. Okay, so as this stupid little summoned dragon runs at him, this giant golem from a whole nother world looks down, pissed, and you see the gem glow, and he's like kind of shaking his head a little bit, looking around, still looking for somebody. You don't see anybody, but he looks like he's looking for somebody, and he kind of reaches out a little bit, just not towards anybody in particular. He just says, Zeus. And then between all of you, you see like a yellowish portal appear. And with that, we drop out of combat, and
Planial binding.
he dies. So you are no longer in initiative order, but this portal is still open.
Neil's gonna poke his head from around the tree and go, "What?"
Not my pantheon.
I don't know what that means. Hold on.
Hold on.
But yeah, I'm gonna go check out the portal for sure.
I'm gonna rip the, heart gem out of this thing.
Religion of a 21.
She puts her finger on her nose. Nose goes.
Okay. So Packer, you start digging into them. It'll take a few minutes, but you get it. With the 21 religion, you know that Zeus is considered a deity in another pantheon, but who do you worship? Who does Belen worship?
Thoth. The Egyptian deity of knowledge.
Well, all right then. So Zeus is about the same level as far as divine power goes. He's pretty up there.
Can I do an Arcana check on this portal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody want to go to
24.
another world?
Oh dear. So 24 will tell you this is a planar portal. It does lead to another plane. You don't know what plane of existence it is, but kind of looking through it, it does look like the same type of world as this one. You can see blue sky, green grass, open air.
Interesting. He seems to have opened an interdimensional portal upon his death. Any takers?
Pretty interesting, actually.
Neil kind of like rubs his hands together and he's like, the potential of a whole nother world. I don't have to think twice. Goodbye, fellows. And he just
I'll
like
follow
dives
you.
through it.
There's just too much I don't know. Well, my 10,000 gold, please. Oh,
Okay.
shit. Shit.
Oh wait, yeah,
I
the
won't be able to
gold.
get back to get it. Oh, well. It is what it is. I lose a horse and 10,000 gold, but I learned shit that I've never known before. Fuck it.
Well, I will say with an Arcana check that he rolled, he knows that planar travel, planar portals, usually their concentration. However, he opened this and then died. So it obviously is not following the same rules as most do.
Packer
So it's
kind of
possible.
looks over at Saran. He just walks over.
This is what we are looking for.
Alright. She just looks at the portal and then back at Pakra. Are you sure?
No, not that. This.
And he holds up the crystal.
Nice.
That's the heart?
It seems so. Would you like me to remove yours?
That sounds terrifying.
Death Ward.
She sighs. It's just like, sure.
All right, Todd. How does this work? How do I remove her heart?
With enough time and with a cleric on standby, you could safely remove it and replace it with the new gem heart. A heart that will keep her going forever.
What I find funny is that we just left him in the portal.
Wait, we just let them go through the portal?
No, I got paid. I took the mission. I'm staying until this is done. And I'm really hoping that portal stays.
Neil
Oh.
and Zombie are already gone. They
Zombie.
went through.
No,
Took
I'm
the
not that
orc
big a
captain
dick.
Zombie with me.
Yeah, I'm not that big a dick. I'll at least wait. If I lose the portal, it loses the portal, but I got signed for this, so...
All right.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna hand him the check thing,
The voucher.
the voucher
Mhm.
for his 10,000 gold. And then I'm going to, I guess, start trying to replace her old heart.
Well, if you want to go, we could go through the portal and do it there.
Yeah,
Fuck
Okay.
the
good
go.
here. You know what you're doing. You use magic, not surgical tools, so you could do it.
Okay.
And I already death warded her.
Yeah, it's sterile. It's fine.
We'll
It's a
just
field.
pull out the mechanical heart and just plop in the gem.
Yeah,
I was hoping a
Well,
little
sounds
bit
accurate.
more sophistication, but okay.
it would take a while, but yeah, I mean, essentially.
It's your normal heart transplant.
Packer just punches her through the chest,
Oh dear.
rips it out like a Mortal Kombat scene, takes the gem and just jabs it back in.
I mean, isn't that how
Fatality.
every heart surgeon does it?
Yeah,
That's
I've
how
never been awake when they do it, but I'm hoping not.
can confirm.
Me too.
Yeah, that's just how we do it. She now has a hole in her stomach, but it
This
didn't
is
do damage
how we
because we
do
did it
it.
surgically.
That's surgical medicine, Faerun style.
Ooh, that's rough.
So what happens is we replace her mechanical heart with her brand new gemstone,
mechanical heart.
the not mechanical heart.
I feel like a character from Steven Universe. What the heck?
By the way, as we go in this portal, we'd probably piss somebody off. Just so you know.
Perfect.
Wait,
I
why do you
like
think?
guys?
Why do you think you pissed somebody off? I'm just curious.
Celestial messenger calls out to probably his deity and open a portal to that world.
And a necromancer steps through.
That is pretty much the opposite effect that you want. Yeah. All right.
I'm just gonna pick up the tiny person and just look at the cleric.
Let's go.
You put her on your
Yes.
shoulder, Trian style.
I'm
Great,
just holding her in one hand. She could probably sit on my palm. With how small she is.
Yeah, probably.
Just walk through the portal with the cleric.
New worlds. That's what we're built for. You personally.
Why does that sound like a commercial?
That does sound like a commercial. Yeah, I like it.
I was getting sold some kind of interdimensional cruise or something.
New worlds wait for you. This is what you're built for.
Pretty much. I think it sounded great. So as you guys step through this portal, you are a little bit later joined by the rest of the party, but Neil? Yep. Staring in front of you, you see something amazing. Not only do you see white limestone columns, buildings, platforms, water that is running very clearly, and you can see it is a fanciful city. It seems like it's going uphill. The skies are beautiful, and you can see a little bit off in the distance a huge white temple-looking building. But right in front of you, it actually looks like there is a chariot being pulled by 4 horses, and there are people hanging onto it. This is a statue that is a little over 20 feet tall. It's between 20 feet long, about 8 feet tall. It's about between 20 and 24 feet long. And if you had to estimate it out, you would say it's worth about 1.9 million gold because it weighs 38,000 pounds.
Jeez.
So if you could figure out a way to travel with that, that would be pretty fucking amazing.
Neil considers his regret for not packaging the enlarge reduce spell today.
Anybody got a bag of holding?
I got a handy haversack.
So as you're standing there, you are joined by your comrades, Bellin, Pakra, and the new and improved Saran. And then here's this sound, this, and it's getting louder and deeper. And you see this green, odd-looking dragon. You've seen dragons before, but this one looks moss-covered. It looks veiny. It looks a little bit like an aged tree as well as a dragon. And it is a very old, very large dragon. And it lands kind of in between you and this gold chariot as you're looking at it, or as you're looking at this chariot. And it just kind of says in like this deep voice, "What are you doing here?"
Neil steps forward. He's like, "Hello, fellow king. Of the dragon persuasion, I assume. I'm only looking at your physical features to determine that. Hopefully, I'm not horribly offending you. I'm simply wandering into a new area. I'm from another realm, exploring a open porthole through to this land. Pray tell, where are we, and maybe what are you?
She kind of raises her head a little bit, and you see almost a smile. She says, I have met one of you before. He was kind. And then she kind of stands up a little bit, towering over you, her shadow just covering all of you. My name is Delphine. You find yourself in the land of Delphi, formerly belonging to Apollo. Welcome, strangers. And we are actually going to end this little shot here. Hopefully... oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Packer wants to say one thing.
At least you didn't say my swamp.
I was expecting, what are you doing in my swamp?
So we will eventually, hopefully, see these characters again in a fun little way. But for now, that is it. We're done. Quit bothering us with your ears. Everybody.
And the summoning of creatures.
Yes, please, for the love of God, don't summon anything.
Give me
One
my
more thing
paper
before we go.
in case I get back.
Immediately summoning all of my zombies.
Thank you for joining us, James, Dylan.
Thank you for joining
Macy.
us very much. This was Bellin, played by James. And I hope you had a good time listening to us fumble around rather well.
Yes. Kevin, thank you for playing with us.
And then Packer casts Summon Ancient Dragon.
All right, Dylan is gone. Macy, you want to say goodbye?
Bye. Thank you.
All right, we will see y'all next time at the Dungeon Speak podcast.